Next.
There he is.
My name's Pine. I'm the night manager.
On BBC iPlayer.
Richard Roper is selling arms in the heart of Cairo. I want to put you inside his operation.
You got any idea how dangerous that is?
The brand new series of The Night Manager is coming.
You have to commit.
Get ready by watching Series 1.
Anyone can betray anyone.
You have to make a decision.
Don't you dare threaten me!
The Night Manager.
Oh, I can't wait.
On BBC iPlayer.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Now Suge. He goes for goal. It's spilled again. And it's ball nicely for Jared Rudd. Arms are stretched in front of the Devon porter. Niskanen. He's got McMillan on the outside. Right-footed into Cole. Oh, what a finish! Right-footed volley off the bar and in. And City have a second.
It's going to come to Tom's back across and strong into the net there by Dan Hayfield. And Torquay United's dominance knows no bounds at the moment. Torquay United 3.
Take it quickly.
Fizzle out to Yandel. Yandel scores. That'll be a popular scorer. The extra club captain Jack Yandel.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
So to your first half commentaries then, and for those of you listening on 95.8 FM in Exeter and East Devon and across the county on Freeview Channel 712, it's the whole of Exeter City at Bradford City. Your commentary team at Valley Parade this afternoon is the former Exeter City midfielder Alan Tongue, and first of all, Nathan Albon. For those of you listening on 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon and across the county on DAB Digital Radio, it's Plymouth Argyle's first home game in 6 weeks. Northampton Town, the visitors to Home Park. Your commentary team there is the former Argyle fullback Ryan Dixon and Alan Seabrook. And for those of you listening on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website, it's the whole of Torquay United at Chelmsford City. Your commentary team there is the former Gulls striker Martin Gritton and Harry Salvage.
Thank you so much, Alan. Torquay United's second longest away day of the season is a trip to Chelmsford City in the National League South. Torquay United, well, you say their form after... We'll ignore the FA Trophy. The league form has been something outstanding as of late. With all the issues that we know about off the field, it seems like the team on the field are so united. Those performances at home, they want to come here, and as some fans have spoken about, go and get a first win away at Chelmsford.
Yeah, good afternoon, Harry. It feels a long time and a long way away from that Dorking game, you know, when Torquay just looked a little bit out of ideas and also just outplayed by a team that was probably, you know, sitting mid-table, but obviously Dorking, you know, ambitions to be higher. So at that point you were wondering what direction you were going to go in, and I'm really pleased to say that things have clicked into place and come together. And you know, you look at the individual players, and we've always said the quality that they've had through the team, but unless all those players are clicking at the same time into the right place, then you know that you're not getting the collective effort that you need and getting the performances you need. But it seems like that has very much clicked into place, and the goals have been flying in.
There's even more amazing if you think about the injury situation, that a lot of those players, you look on there kind of going in the back of Paul Watton's mind, he's managing those minutes, but the issue is trying to bring a player on who's going to be as effective in that same position when it comes to managing those minutes. That it's been spoken about players like Louis Dennis, who's been fantastic. He's probably played more minutes than what he really should be playing at the minute with regards to his fitness, but because of the situation, that Paul Watton's got to play with the cards which he's got in front of him.
It's a really interesting one, Harry, and it shows you how kind of far football's come, because I remember back in the day, and I remember what Watsy was like as a player. He would want to play every single minute of every single game. Now, being a centre half and, you know, being a skipper material in a lot of teams that he played for, he was the captain, but you want to play all the games all the time. But and you have to say modern football, because the amount of games that they have in such a compressed time, the amount of competitions that they play in, it is so tough for the players to go through it with, you know, playing at the level that you want them to play at and not to have injuries, it seems. So you know, Torquay have had to navigate that with all the other off-field, you know, stuff that they've been dealing with recently. But the quality of those players that they're missing, that's the fact. They've missed real key players, so it's really to their credit that they've got the results that they need.
especially when you think it's been 3 games in a week, and 2 of those teams that Torquay have played are teams who've got very similar ambitions to the Gulls.
Incredible win the other night. I think those ones as well, as collectively, not just the players, managers, fans, it gives you so much belief, and you like come from 2-0 down, and you navigate that, and you're like, okay, you know, we can do this. There's no real thing that is insurmountable now. And again, I'll point back to that game when we did Harry Chesham, you know, and you look at that and how tough an afternoon that was for Torquay. They just couldn't find the answers, could they? And it's largely a lot of the same players, you know, and I understand, you know, Chesham was set up to frustrate them, but Torquay have had to find ways to beat teams and be the team that they want to be, and it feels like they're kind of evolved into that, and you know, almost irrespective of the personnel out on the pitch. Now obviously key players like Dennis, even like Sonny Blulo Everton, that I've always thought has been brilliant since I've seen him. There's a few Andrea at the back. There's like a spine of the team that, you know, that has to be playing, but at the same time all the other guys have played their part.
We'll go through the 2 lineups, and as I said, unchanged. Talking out for the 3rd game in a row. James Hammond in goal, Jordan Thomas, Jordan Dyer, Sam Dreyer and Jay Folston as a back 4. Sonny Blulo Everton and Dan Hayfield, the 2 holding midfielders, with Jordan Young, Matt Jay and Dylan Morgan, the 3 sitting behind Louis Dennis. A bench of Adam Seedhouse, Evans, Denzel Akiampong, Sonny Fish, Sonny Sharples, Ahmed, New Stoney, Kieran Wilson and Aidan Edwards. No surprise really, the unchanged. As you said, when you've got the momentum, you might as well just keep going with it.
Yeah, and I think that's a really nice, it's a respectful thing to the players as well. You know, I know that sometimes it's heart of a head, and you've got to say, well, we've got to try and, you know, we've got to try and get the best out of the players, so some of them are going to need a rest. But when you're in that rough form and the players have earned the right to go out and represent the team again, it's you know, it's fully deserved for that team to be out there again today.
One change from the Chelmsford side, which lost to Hemel Hempstead last time out. One change, Cian Ronan comes back in the side as the Gibraltar international. He comes in for Portler Pye, who drops onto the bench. So it's Chris Hagan goal, Cian Ronan, Ben Tompkins, David Long King and Harry Barbrook in defence. Dominic Odasanya and Ricky Holmes look to be the 2 holding midfielders, with Sam Follerin, Jason Adigan and Jasurin Uchukbalum, the 3 sitting behind Lyle Taylor. And bench of Dylan Adai, former Torquay man Tom Lapsley, Josh Castiglione, Archie Tamplin, Paula Paya, Jet Murphy and Ini Effiong today for the hosts. Good, it's nice to have Tom Lapsley back again, but I think part of you does want to see him in a yellow shirt, not a claret one.
I know, he was such a great player, wasn't he? And you knew what you were going to get with Tom when he was out on the pitch. He gave everything for the club. It was a brilliant Torquay player, so I'm sure the fans are glad to be able to say hello to him. But you're absolutely right. Let's say after the game, hopefully after a Torquay win.
Yes, Chelmsford have got the game underway in their claret socks with the white shorts. A little shove in the back of Jordan Young, Torquay United in the shirts with socks with the blue shorts. Chelmsford shooting from left to right as we look at it. There's a normal place where the highlights are being taken from. If you do watch these Chelmsford City highlights from the last year, 2-0 up half time, everything was sunny. 3-2 down at the end. A late winner for Chelmsford that day. Did see Matt Jay scoring the contender for goal of the season from the halfway line. But the first real opportunity of the day is going to be Chelmsford's way, and it's going to be a long throw from Cian Ronan. Let's face it, he's got plenty of them. Yeah. Till we get to the touch line from where we are. He's a running track ground.
Yeah.
He's won the first bit of defending Torquay have got to do. It's going to be Ronan to launch the ball in the middle. Header initially away from Morgan, brought down by Ronan, who knocks it back in the middle, looking there for Taylor, who with a flip header, but goes wide of James Hammond and straight out for a goal kick for the girls. Hammond in the all black with the luminous green trim, and will allow Sam Dreyer to take the goal kick. Taking short to James Hammond, just waiting for that little bit of pressure from Adigan and Taylor, which looked to have been a front 2 initially there, brought down by Folston. Looks up, Dennis gets away from his man, drives in towards the left hand side of the penalty, tries to get the cross in, blocked initially by the Chelmsford man. Dennis still going, has he kept it in play? Well, he hasn't, because he's tried to flick the ball in, but it's gone straight into the side netting, out for a goal kick for Chelmsford.
Well, again, just seen Louis Dennis when he's easing himself into this game. Just hopefully he's probably carrying a couple of knocks himself at the minute, isn't he? And there's been a lot demanded of him, but he's delivered. just when he gets that ball, just glides. He's a player full of confidence at the minute, isn't he? Again, just talking about James, that's something else that's been talked about, is James Hammond, his distribution there. And just he's got such great feet, and it's great to see Torquay playing at the back like that. Confidence.
Chelmsford go for the long goal kick from Chris Haig, and a foul on Jordan Thomas from the Chelmsford man gives the free kick in Torquay's favour. The referee today, Shay Hathaway, being informed by Dave Thomas. It was the same referee here for the game last year. And a happy birthday for Tuesday, Dave, as well. Jeffrey Aldous and Laurentiu Hante, the assistant referees. Lee Kendrick is the fourth official this afternoon, as it was biblically raining once we got here, but the sun is now shining upon us. Here in Essex, we wait for this free kick, which Jordan Dyer is going to leave for his goalkeeper James Hammond to go. Sent forward from the United keeper, looking initially for Dennis. First contact won by Tompkins. Off the head of Sonny Blulow Everton. It's now with Morgan. Little shove in the back. Fulton sends it over the top. Brought down by Matt Jay. Tries to feed it back in towards Morgan, but Cian Ronan interception. He clears the ball away. Brought down by Low Everton first of all. Adesanya clashes into Dan Hayfield. The ball is loose out on that left hand side, but Barbrook can get there first. He'll clear it away initially. Brought down by Thomas. And knocked forward by Dominic Adesanya. Now with Dyer, he can bring it down from the halfway line. It's Long King, tries to steer out towards Barbrook, which he does. The Chelmsford left back launches it forward. Initial header won by Fulston. Now brought down by Hayfield, who launch it back over the top. Header won by Long King first of all. Brought down by Jasurin Chegbulum. Now Jordan Young with the ball. Looks to play through the run there of Jordan Thomas down the right hand side, looking to get away from Adesanya, who gets in front of him. Now Adesanya runs the ball out, and it's out for a corner.
I'm not quite sure the defender was doing there, but
some early goals. League South, Totton 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Farnborough 0, Ebbsfleet 1. The two first goals of the afternoon. We seem to have kicked off a little bit later than elsewhere in the National League South this afternoon. Torquay with their first corner of the game. Jordan Young out on the far side, left-footed, and in the swinging corner for the goals. Looking there for Dre, maybe Fulston. It goes over the head of both of them. Little shot by Ricky Holmes, who then picks up the loose ball for Chelmsford, and he can send it down the right hand side, looking for Jason Adigan. He flicks it on, keeps it in play as well. Intercepted by Hayfield, who sends it back to his goalkeeper. Forward it goes towards the halfway line. Holmes with the first header. Forward there by Dyer. Here is Holmes now. Back to where it all began for the veteran. Finds Adigan. Plays it back through. Jay Fulston with the first interception. And it'll be another long throw. This time on the right hand side for Cian Ronan to take for Chelmsford. Packed stand behind the United goal. Mainly, well, it is mainly Chelmsford fans, as we are segregated this afternoon. Ronan takes a throw short. Play back to the number 2, gets a cross in towards the middle. Flicked on is a header, but straight into the hands of James Hammond by Ben Tompkins, and Torquay United can just slow down the game.
It's a good ball in. It was a little bit too easy, wasn't it? Torquay not quite getting presence out there.
Forward by Jordan Thomas. I'll go straight onto the running track and out for a throw for Chelmsford. Northampton had the penalty at home park. I think 6 away games in a row for Argyle. They're finally home, and throw sent forward by Lyle Taylor, trying to turn away from Jordan Thomas on the left hand side. Tries to chop back on towards his right foot, finds the feet of Barbrook, who couldn't keep that one in play, and out for a throw, and goes for the goals. Hearing that penalty has been overturned by the assistant at home park, so it remains Argyle 0, Northampton 0. Keep you up to date with the scores of our sides in Devon this afternoon. Exeter away at Bradford City. Fulston intercepts that first ball, sent back over the top by Ben Tompkins, but straight into the hands of James Hammond in the United goal. Drop it onto the floor and send it forward, looking for Dennis initially, brought down by Long King. The referee saying a foul by Dennis, who clashed into Long King. Was sent off for the second time this season on Tuesday night, but with the way suspensions work, his suspension won't be effective until 7 days after that red card. So he's available today, but not for Chelmsford's next outing. 7 minutes gone, BBC Radio Devon Sport 0-0 between Chelmsford City and Torquay United. There's a long free kick taken from the goalkeeper. A little clash between Barbrook and Jordan Thomas. Referee saying nothing in that, and a goal kick shall be given to Torquay. Top scoring side in the league at the moment, 40 goals in their favour. Massively helped by last Saturday's outing against Eastbourne Borough. It's one of those games where you knew United had it in them to go and produce a result like that. Dreyer with the first header. Ronan tries to bring it down, and Jay Fulston turns away from the Chelmsford man, clears the way, but it's picked up by Jason Adigan. He looks to try and move forward. He does, and he actually goes down under the pressure of himself.
I think that was. I think you're right, Harry.
Nice little dancing move, but the two Torquay players managed to pull themselves away from him and almost tripped over his really.
Yep, it happens. This is if James Hammond does the same kick. I thought he was going to go for the third time in a row without Chelmsford having worked out where he was kicking it.
Good up initially by Tompkins, brought down by Chegbalum. Turns in the middle towards Dominic Adesanya, who sends it over the top. Dyer will shield the ball away from Lyle Taylor as James Hammond retrieves the ball in the United penalty area. Countdown begins as he's throwing the ball out to the United captain Dreyer. Fulston challenged down by Sam Follering. Goes up for a throw for United in front of the Chelmsford dugout.
Definitely think there's a wind from left to right a little bit, isn't there, Harry? There's a slight wind that's picked and swirls. So Torquay having to play against that in this half.
Fulston with the throw. Sonny Blue Everton came short initially. Jay looking to carve open some space to retrieve the ball. Sends it back to his keeper. Sent forward looking for Hayfield. Initial header won by Chegbalum, but now with Jordan Thomas. Dyer tries to get away and sends the ball down the right hand side. Can Hayfield keep their one in play? He can't, but Ricky Holmes has done so. He's having to retreat all the way back and eventually clears the ball forward. Brought down by Adigan, who turns away in the Chelmsford half and turns the ball into the Torquay United half. Fulston in a leg race battle with Follering, who tries to get the cross in towards middle. Blocked initially by Dreyer, put back to Ronan. He gets his cross in looking for Taylor, who tries to get a foot onto it. Actually stretching his back foot and make some connection on the ball. Torquay clear their lines only temporarily, and it's back in Chelmsford possession again with Ronan. He chops in on Morgan, plays it in towards Adigan, now with Follering on the right hand side, tries to get the cross in, blocked by Fulston, and out for another Chelmsford City corner, 0-0.
It's good football from the home team. Gonna move it a little bit again. I think that wind is definitely playing a little bit of a part in terms of territory. Hard for Torquay to get out at the minute, and easy for Chelmsford to keep the play in Torquay's half.
I'm definitely feeling the wind more than you, because it's a snug press box here, and if I put my coat on I can't actually fit.
And you're to my left, Harry, so you're essentially a very useful wind block at the minute, so thank you.
More importantly, it's a corner for Chelmsford. Ricky Holmes sending the out swinger. Something's going on in the middle. Sam Dreyer's not happy with Lyle Taylor's actions at the moment. The referee Shay Hathaway just having a conversation, a quick word with Taylor. He's now happy. It's going to be Holmes to send in the corner for Chelmsford. Goes in deep, header one initially by Long King, but claimed by the hands of James Hammond, who is not a happy bunny right now, feeling he was impeded by Lyle Taylor the whole time. Throws the ball out towards Matt Jay. Back in the middle to Morgan. Fulston now ball pressured by Ronan. Sent away by Dreyer, brought down by Louis Dennis just inside the Torquay half. Scoops up to Hayfield. He can cushion the ball down. See the run of Jordan Thomas there, but there's plenty of claret shirts in the way. Hayfield turns it back to Low Everton, now with Hayfield again. In comes a challenge picked up by Sam Follering. He can try and make a break down the left hand side here for Chelmsford. He's got Taylor waiting for him in the middle. Cuts back on towards his right foot, finds Jasur in a Chigbalum. He takes on Dyer. He tries to chop on towards his right foot as well, still driving through here. brilliantly done from Chelmsford. He's then caught by Jordan Young in a position just on the edge of the penalty area, and it is a free kick for Chelmsford, and well played by Jasura and Chikubalam.
Yep, really dynamic, wasn't it? I mean, they've got pace. They've got pace out wide, and they've been really quick in winning the ball back and counter-attacking Torquay, and it's been, impressive from the home side.
Now, it's Lyle Taylor who's going to stand over this one. I've not watched much of Lyle Taylor, but he's never struck me as a free kick taker.
Oh, you put... No, Harry, I don't think... Commentator Chris.
Don't throw me in it. Well, there is a 4-man, potentially a 5-man wall for Torquay United.
He's got the wind behind him as well, hasn't he? It's a nice distance.
And just moves a little bit further forward. Creeping does. Lyle Taylor with a free kick. Chelmsford over the top and over the bar and out for a goal kick.
Good effort.
Thankfully I wasn't thrown in it there.
Yes.
Free kick from Taylor comfortably over the bar.
Again, Dreher playing it short. I mean, they're right on top of them though.
Adigan now on the right hand side takes on Dreher. Great challenge there from Dreher. Adigan tried to dance away from the United captain, but strong feet which he kept planted on the ground, won the ball back. Fulston now turns into Sonny Blulo. Everton back into the feet of Fulston, who tries to drive down the left hand side of in, and the referee says that's a foul by the man on loan from Hartlepool United, and it's going to see the first yellow card of the afternoon.
It was a foolish tackle. It was a proper striker's tackle from Fowler in there, because he had no reason. Fulton did very well to turn away from him, but there was no chance of him winning the ball there. It's gone right down the back. Luckily Fulton's got himself up, but he's not asking for the bid. I don't know why the Chelmsford manager's having a go at the player, but an easy yellow.
With a free kick, plays it down the left hand side into the feet of Matt Jay, trying to turn away from Cian Ronan, but he's actually flagged up for offside.
Must have been quite tight. Again, good movement from Jay.
Usefully, my pen's died. Not a spare one. Chris Haig to go and take this free kick from the offside of Matt Jay. See what they were trying to do there, but not effective in the end. Over the head of Ricky Holmes, tried to be trapped down by Lyle Taylor. Fulston, but doesn't have the momentum for him to shield the ball away, and he'll have to clip down the left side, but he didn't keep it in to Fulston. He concedes a throw in a great position for Cian Ronan to launch one in again. Dagenham Bridge double their lead at the Snow Stadium against AFC Totton. A long throw from the Gibraltar. One at the near post, one at the 6-yard box, two sitting deeper for Chelmsford. I think Ronan's trying to call for them to come shorter. He's calling for Taylor to come shorter. Fulston wins the initial contact. Ronan picks the ball back up again on his right foot, gets a cross in. Turned away by Fulston. Young tries to knock it down. Morgan nearly intercepted by Adigan, but Torquay not able to clear their lines. I think there was a few handball appeals, but I think the referee was very interested in giving them anything there. Chelmsford still have possession of the ball on this left hand side with Jasurin, who's Chekbalam, who tries to get the cross in, but Jordan Thomas with the interception. It's yet another corner for Chelmsford. 15 minutes on the clock. Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 0.
The home team pressing hard for the goal here. You feel with this sort of pressure, they're going to want to come away with something in this half. I do think the game will open up for Torquay in the second half, though, not just with the nature of the game opening up in the last 20-30 minutes, but also just playing in this direction. It just seems to be a little, that sort of wind just seems to be so influential in a big open ground like this.
Ricky Holmes with the corner towards the near post, straight into Hammond, who it bumbles a little bit, but he's able to hold on to the ball as the keeper.
Great distribution from him again.
Fulston into the feet of Hayfield, who remains on side. Now Sonny Blulo, Everton on the halfway line, sends the ball through the middle looking for the run of Dylan Morgan. He'll get there in front of Long King, but Long King is goal side at the moment. What can Morgan do? On towards his right foot, tries to get the cross in, it's blocked. Fulston gets there in front of Adigan, finds Sonny Blulow Overton, now with Matt J. Neat feet of Matt J, plays it out towards Dylan Morgan, on towards his right foot. Finds Fulston on the overlap, Dennis trying to run through. Tompkins manages to get himself in position first, and Matt J can find Fulston, who tries to send it over the top of his own head, but straight out for a goal kick.
Well, it's good defending from Tompkins there. They're not. It's pretty short shrift Dennis is getting at the minute from the Chelmsford defenders.
It's going to be Chris Haig with the goal kick. Now at non-league football, Tivy's game to Hamilton Waterlooville, postponed due to waterlogged pitch. Parkway away at Chertsey in the Southern League Premier South. As Chris Haig sends the ball forward for Torquay, for Chelsea should I say, flicked on by Holmes. Taylor plays it out towards the right hand side for Follering. Tries to get the cross in, but the bubble on the pitch just gave the opportunity for Follering to volley it over the bar, over the stand as well, out for Torquay goal kick. Torquay United have had not a lot of possession of the ball, but at the moment they're dealing with the Chelmsford pressure well.
They are, but it's really difficult for them to get out at the minute. They haven't been able to put the ball in sort of in behind, and you can tell by the amount of time that the midfielders have got it, and they've just not really got hold of it at all. But you know, it's early days.
Bradford City 1, Exeter City 0. Joe Wright with the opening goal at Rodney Parade. Or Valley Parade? Rodney Parade, isn't it? Yes. Keane with the throw on the halfway line for Chelmsford. Sends it down the right side looking for Taylor. Who did that contact go off last? It did go off the Chelmsford number 33. It will be a throw for Torquay to take with Fulston. Brings it down to Matt J, back to Fulston again. Turns in on Adigan. Sends it down the right flank, picked up there by Dylan Morgan. He leaves it into the feet of Matt J. Tries to play through Dennis, but it's won back by David Long King. And Ricky Holmes forced to play back to his goalkeeper. He'll play it forward. Header won by Fulston from the Torquay half, sends it into the Chelmsford half, and Adesanya, Hayfield both went up for it. Adesanya then launches it out towards the left-hand side. Dyer putting pressure on towards Zucheg-Bullum, gets away from his man, drives in towards the penalty, cuts it back in towards the feet of Lord Taylor. Can he get out to his left foot? He can do. It deflects off a Torquay man out for a corner.
It was a good block in the end, wasn't it? Dyer did really well to get back in and block Taylor's shots, but they're lively. The Chelmsford forwards, and Paul Watton pointed to that, didn't he, during the week? He'd said that, you know, dangerous up top. We're seeing that. Torquay going to have to ride this out a little bit this half. It's definitely backs against the wall at the minute.
Players coach left Playmore at 6:30 this morning.
Oof.
It's been a long week in football terms. Corner from Holmes, comes in deep, header initially turned back into, bounces around Torquay and eventually clear it at the moment. Adigan with a shot, bounces down onto the ground and over the bar. And out for a goal kick for Torquay, and it just sort of felt like it needed somebody just to put it goalwards then. Sam Dreyer arguing with the assistant on this side that his shirt's being tugged onto, and James Hammond also having a word with the referee about the antics in the penalty area by Chelmsford at corners.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a game plan, doesn't it? I mean, Chelmsford obviously have big players, but they're making a note of making a nuisance of themselves with shirt pulls and just physicality. Torquay just going to have to keep their heads.
Forward it goes from James Hammond. Goes off the arm of Ricky Holmes and will be a throw for Torquay United.
And welcome to our listeners from Scotland. Here we've got a couple up there.
Oh, very nice. Got over the Denmark game yet?
I mean, get over is one way of putting it. I think, yeah, euphoric.
Fulston tries to send it down that left-hand side. Dennis behind it. As Tompkins tries to get the ball away. Did it take a touch of Dennis last? No, it didn't. It's going to be a throw for Torquay United. The first time they've got a throw in a dangerous position down the left-hand side. Fulston brings it down to Louis Dennis. Back into the feet of Jay Fulston. Gets away from his man initially. Tries to get the cross in. Blocked by Keane Ronan. Just to try and get away with the borders following. Holmes tries to clear it away, but it takes a touch there off Dylan Morgan out for a goal kick.
Chelmsford City
Oh, a lot of goals in the first 25 minutes of the National League South. Only 3 so far. 2 of them were Dagenham Tom by 2-0 and Ebbsfleet leading Farnborough by 1-0. There is that opportunity today that Torquay, if Weston and Hornchurch, well, if Hornchurch lose and Weston fail to win, the girls could go top today. Jordan Dyer finds Young, tries to get away from Barbrook on that right side and goes down. The referee says it's a foul by Jordan Young onto Harry Barbrook. It will be a free kick for Chelmsford City.
Yeah, it's going to be scraps, isn't it, for those players at the minute, Young and Dennis. See a few tough away games recently, haven't we, Harry, where, you know, teams know how to set up against Torquay and starve their talented players of the ball and manage to keep them penned back. Torquay just going to have to keep their heads and take their opportunities when they come.
Haig with a free kick for Chelmsford, sends it down that left flank. Taylor brings it down initially in towards the middle. Picked up there by Morgan, who gets in front of Adigan. Dre has to play it back towards James Hammond after a touch which fell underneath him. All cleared away, and Tompkins with that first contact. Second is Sonny Blulow Everton's. Tompkins with the third. Flicked on by Fullerin. Finally, the ball goes down onto the ground. Dennis.
Oh, lovely.
Brilliantly flicking it through in towards Morgan, who takes on Dominic Odasanya. He moves down the left hand side. He's taking on Tompkins as well as Morgan. Can he get the cross in towards the middle? He can, but Tompkins with a block and Torquay have a corner.
Brilliant from Morgan there. Realised the space was in front of him, didn't he, and just attacked it. I must say Tompkins has impressed me for Chelmsford. He's been all action, isn't he? Blocking, and he's no nonsense centre half.
Corner which Morgan will take. Jordan Young's come short. In it comes, straight into the hands though of Chris Haig by Morgan. Tried to go for the Olympico there, but unsuccessful. Paul won't be frustrated. That's the second corner Torquay United have had today, and it feels slightly wasted, especially when the game's gone so far. Chelmsford now have the ball on the left hand side. Ball played back in towards the feet of Barbrook. Plays it back out towards Uchegbulam. Now with Osanya. Holmes out towards the right hand side where he can find Cian Ronan. Tries to get the cross in towards the middle. That's going to be James Hammond's ball all day long. Not claimed by the United keeper. So looking to find if there's any movement going forward. He wants to kick it forward, but I don't think anyone's going to be coming fair. And the countdown is going down, but Hammond is able to clear it away before it goes down to 0. Initially won by Holmes, then by Ronan, picked up by Fulston. Tries to play it down that left hand side, looking for Louis Dennis. Can he get in front of Tompkinson? He can, but the flag is up for offside. It will be a free kick for Chelmsford City on the edge of their penalty area. 0-0 after 25 minutes on BBC Devon Sport.
The sun just beginning to set over there, Harry, thankfully, after it's been in our eyes for a little bit there, but I much prefer the sun and that rain that we had at the beginning of the game. Pitch must be still very heavy from that.
Like I said beforehand, it looked all right, but when I arrived here at 12:30, but it looked heavier as Hayes actually slipped taking that free kick. Fulston battling away with his man. Header one initially by Hayfield, brought down by Jay, but he's dispossessed there by Jason Adigan. Tries to feed it in towards Lyle Taylor, who can get the shot away across the face of goal, but it's offside against the former Montserrat international. As Eastbourne Borough, who were beaten 7-0 by the goals last week, lead Hampton and Richmond by 1-0 at Priory Lane. So what Lyle Taylor can do there.
Yeah, he's very dangerous and just playing on shoulders there again. It's a nicely slotted ball. I've been impressed by Adigan. He's just been playing on shoulders and nicking balls off the deep line Torquay players and creating problems. And Torquay just slowing it down a little bit, and I don't think that's a bad thing at the minute.
Forward it goes from Hammond. Header there from Jay, flicked on by Adigan. Be shielded out for a throw for Torquay. Cheshire United 1, Dorking Wanderers 0. Callum Adebayi looks like he's got the goal there.
Can you want two teams to lose in that game? Is that possible?
Forward it goes from Fulston. Header up by Long King.
Jay not going to win that header.
Be interesting if Chesham are applying the same tactics they have done against Torquay,
exactly.
against Dorking, possibly.
I hope they are.
Hayfield.
I hope they're frustrating Dorking.
Hayfield played the ball down that left-hand side. Jay was trying to get there. Not the best clearance there from Haig as it was played back to the keeper, and Holmes tries to send out towards Jasur and Chegbalem, who takes a fantastic first touch to take control of the ball, and now takes on Jordan Thomas down the left-hand side. Tries to get the cross in the middle, turns on towards his right foot. Back on towards his left foot, and on his right foot now. Tries to play it in towards Odesanya. Torquay can eventually, clear the ball away initially, but not this time. Odesanya with a low drive, but James Hammond had that one read well and straight into the hands of the keeper. It's actually Alex Babos who's got the goal to put Chesham in the lead against Dorking. Done by Morgan. Sent back to his goalkeeper by Tompkins. 27 on the clock here at the Melbourne Stadium. Fulston wins that first header. Played back forward by Jason Adigan, looking for Taylor. Brings it down, and Hayfield cushions it in towards Dyer. Over the top of Long King and into the feet of Haig, who's ventured far out of his goal. Can now find Tompkins down the right hand side looking for Follering. The ball will just go all the way out for a goal kick as Tunbridge take the lead against Hemel Hempstead, and Worthing leading Hornchurch by 1-0 on the south coast.
That'll be a good game today.
Sonny Bluelow Everton. Plays it back to Jordan Dyer. Dennis, he's dropping deep. Looks to switch play out towards this near side where he can pick out Fulston. Front of the Torquay dugout. He's got Morgan in support. Utilises his man. Fulston takes the overlapping run. Morgan now cuts on towards his right foot. Tries to get the cross in. It's blocked initially by Follering. Picked up there by Jordan Thomas. He's going to go for a shot from distance here. But well wide by the United number 26. When I say well wide, it's gone wide of the far post, but worth a crack.
Great strike, wasn't it? The pace of the attack from Torquay was just flagging a bit. It was a bit slow. Thomas thought, well, I'm just going to have a crack at it from distance. You've seen them go in though, and especially with Torquay at the minute, you wouldn't be surprised at anything going in. But yeah, good effort.
Totton 0, Dagenham Redbridge 3. Seems like Dagenham seem to have got their chickens in an order there after a slow start to the season where a lot of discontent between the fan base and the squad, but they're picking up the points now. Ronan cuts back in, finds Jason Adigan, who can now drive forward on towards his left foot, tries to feed for it's intervened by Hayfield, and Taylor gets shot away again. That one goes off the post, but Lyle Taylor for the second time this afternoon's offside. Well, I think he's going to appeal that the Torquay man got in the way of the ball, but
I think he might have a case as well, Harry, because the ball's come off a Torquay. It's difficult to understand how that can be offside. I'm sure the linesman was trying to be as honest as he could, but
Dennis plays it in towards Jordan Thomas, and Torquay United moving towards the Chelmsford penalty area. Plays it to Young on the edge of the area. Now into Sonny Bluelow Everton. Can he try and get the ball? No, it fell behind him. Could he take control of the ball? And the free kick's been given Chelmsford away. I'm not quite sure what for.
I can't see myself.
But to be fair, it may have not been offside a minute ago. So
yeah,
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was a Bluelow Everton, and Thomas, when they can combine like that, just behind him as you said, but the speed at which they can turn kind of nothing into an attack. It's spiriting for Torquay. I definitely think the second half is where they're going to come into their own here.
I've been informed by Paul Mulhern, who regular voice of play, what was an Andy Carroll hat-trick.
I was going to do you know what? I was going to say it's Carroll on the score sheet. He's going to be due again.
Towards the feet there of Follering, who's offside again, which has got a lot of frustration to the Chelmsford fans for the assist on this near side.
So everyone says when Dagenham scores, it was Andy Carroll once he scored, but you know that he's going to put in a performance against someone, because he's a hard man to stop at in the Premier League, let alone in this league. So not surprised, but quite pleased to hear it.
I was actually saying to Paul Watton that beginning of the season I felt Lyle Taylor signing for Chelmsford would probably be a bigger impact at times than Andy Carroll could have been. I like to be proved wrong at times.
Let's hope so. Today anyway.
Chelmsford have a throw. Taken in front of the Torquay dugout by Cian Roan, back to his goalkeeper Haig. Forward from the Chelmsford keeper. Trying to find Uchag Bullen, who's going to put pressure onto Jordan Thomas. He's got plenty of pace on him, gets in front of his man. Can he try and get the cross in towards the middle? Let's get away from his man. Took a touch off the Torquay man last night for a corner. Horsham lead West for men by a goal to 0. So the two teams above Torquay at the moment are losing to the two teams who sit below, directly below Torquay. I'm sure Paul Watton's not looking at the league table just yet, but
no, and you get the feeling. I mean, that the threat that they are. I think you're absolutely right. My prediction was a little bit ambitious, Harry, but I think if they can get anything out of this game, to be honest, if those results go for the day, it'll be a good match.
In from Holmes, straight into the hands of James Hammond in the United goal. And what I will say to your point, Grits, is it's quickly thrown out towards Matt Jay. It was definitely a game of two halves here last season. Maybe hope for the same here as Jordan Young and Matt Jay, fantastically looping the ball back towards each other as Haig was under the pressure on Sonny Bluelow Everton. His clearance took a deflection off the industrial midfielder. Not talking, I have ball with Dennis looking to try and feed through Jordan Young down that right hand side, but it's intercepted by Barbrook and he looks to try and switch play looking for Jason Adigan. Falston looks to get there in front of his man, and a little shove at the back by Adigan gives a free kick in favour of Torquay United.
He's having a go at the linesman and he didn't even flag for it, so it's slightly odd. Falston doing really well there. He's been a bit of a thorn in his side, hasn't he, Adigan, but overzealous there.
Well, no, Paul Watton wasn't the manager of this game, but Adigan has scored against Torquay in the past. That day to forget at Welling, where Ross Marsh sent off. It was Adigan's goal splitting the two sides that day.
Oh, good knowledge. That wasn't a particularly enjoyable one, was it?
Forward it goes from Hammond. Down, Dennis brings it down. Finds Jay. Back out towards Louis Dennis on this left-hand side. Tompkins putting the pressure on towards Louis Dennis. Hits it back to Falston. Dennis tries to turn away, plays it back in towards Hayfield. Now is Sonny Bluelow Everton. Finds Thomas, tries to play it through brilliantly into Young down the right hand side. Can he get the cross in towards middle? He chops back into his left foot. Young with a shot, so Haig with the save. Sonny Bluelow Everton on the follow up, way over the bar by the Torquay number 24 and out for a goal kick.
Well, what a pass. Was that Dennis straight through down to Young, and Young just threw everyone with his dummy shot and managed to pull the trigger with his left foot from there. You fancy his chances, so it was a good save from the keeper. Just came out really difficult, wasn't it, to Sonny Bluelow Everton. I'll give him a bit of slack there, because if he'd have managed to keep that one under control and hit the back of the net, but still drew some groans from the home crowd. But yeah, good attack from Torquay.
Ball sent over the top. Taylor with the initial touch, brought down there by Jordan Dyer, who under the pressure from Taylor goes down. Free kick given in Torquay's favour. Hayfield short to Dyer. Forward it goes again from Hayfield. Brought down by David Longking. Barbrook, can he keep it in play? He can do. Turns it back in towards Jasur and Uchegbulam. Torquay picked up possession after a poor pass from Chelmsford. Sent forward looking for Dennis. Hooks it over David Longking. Jay couldn't get there first because Ricky Holmes is there. It's cleared away by Holmes and out for a throw for Torquay United down the far side. The far side actually populated by the Torquay fans this afternoon.
And Torquay really coming into this now, aren't they? Playing with a bit more confidence, moving the ball quicker. It's just when Chelmsford, they'll be frustrated that with that pressure they didn't turn it into something.
Thomas turns it back, finds Jordan Young on towards his left foot, sends a beautiful ball. Look at that for Dylan Morgan, but couldn't get a contact on it and straight up for a goal kick.
Great ball in from Young. You knew that was always going to be coming in with pace, an in-swinger with his left peg, and yeah, Morgan doing everything right, trying to get something onto the back stick. Maybe he could have just given himself a little bit more room, but if that drops onto his head, great chance for Torquay.
36 gone. Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 0. Forward it goes from Chris Haig looking for Taylor. Battling away with Dreyer. Taylor gets away from the United captain. Plays it out towards Uchegbulam on the left hand side. Plays it back in towards Taylor. Now with Barbrook on his left foot. Can he get across in towards the middle? He turns back, finds Taylor again. He gets across in towards the middle, but Jordan Dyer's there to meet it and clear it away. Dennis tries to bring it down with the pressure from Long King. Then Morgan got there in front of Kean Ronan, but all he could do with that was send it away, and Chelmsford will try and pump the ball back forward, but straight up for a throw for Torquay United. The sun coming back out again. Throw from Falston back to Sonny Blulow Everton, and Falston can launch it forward looking for Dennis. Header one initially by Tompkins, but can steer it straight out for a Torquay throw on the halfway, well, inside the Chelmsford City half now. Morgan brings it down to Falston. Looking for Dennis, gets in front of Holmes, but dispossessed, and following can play it back to Kean Ronan. He sends it down the right flank, but straight out for another throw for Torquay. Falston to go and take this throw in front of the Chelmsford City dugout. Manager Angelo Harrop took Braintree to the National League. Falston. Morgan, challenge comes in from Kean Ronan, sent over the top by Sonny Blulow Everton, but into the hands of Haig, and the Chelmsford City goal and is all green. Forward it shall go from the Chelmsford City keeper. Header one officially by Hayfield. He then goes down with the pressure from Lyle Taylor. Free kick it will be for Torquay United. Sam Dreyer remonstrating with the assistant referee. That was a shove in the back by Taylor onto. It is Hayfield.
Yeah, I think Hayfield's made a meal of it, but at the same time, a little bit reckless from Taylor. Getting a bit frustrated out there. That's a good sign.
I'm sure you played with plenty of strikers in your day, which wind them up and they'll have a bad day at the office.
Yep. I think players like Taylor, that's it. If you can keep them frustrated and cut off their supply, sooner or later there'll be something that comes out of them a bit reckless, and from that frustration.
Ball forward by Hammond. Looks like it got a touch off Dylan Morgan last, and it goes up for a throw for Chelmsford. 10 yards from the corner flag. It's going to be Ronan to go and take the throw for the Clarets. Down the right flank it goes. Again, Taylor at the target. It's actually Dylan Morgan who got the touch to just take it out for another throw, and Chelmsford gaining the yards down that side. It's Ronan to take the throw in front of the Torquay United dugout. Fast approaching half time here in Essex. First header again, one by Morgan. Second is one, and Taylor plays it towards Adigan, tries to switch it out towards Jasurin Uchegbulum, looks to feed the ball in towards the feet of Following, who remains on side. Can he get the cross back in towards the middle? He can do. It falls in towards Barbrook, who can only steer his shot wide, and out for a goal kick it goes.
Well, it's the best chance of the half, isn't it? And you've got to say that Chelmsford deserved something for their efforts this half, but that would have been the perfect time to score a goal too at home. Well worked from them down the right hand side, managed to spring that offside trap that Torquay have been trying to catch them with, and behind, and just a side foot past shot that just searching for that far post and didn't quite make it. Thankful.
Barbrook's brother Finlay has scored in this fixture in the past. It's actually not too far at this time of the year when Gary Johnson's side were beaten by 2-0 here. Also over the top towards Lyle Taylor, and is offside again.
We're brilliant from Dyer there. He's talked them into it, and again it's just slightly odd. Following just making some odd decisions there, picking up the ball and trying to slow the play down. It's not suiting them at all. So again, if Torquay get through to half time 0-0, they'll be very much the happier team right now.
Less frustrated, I would say.
Yes, I'd say so. And as I said, the second half is, I think the conditions would suit them.
Forward it goes from Hammond, looking to play it out towards Jordan Young. Initial contact from Barbrook. Uchegbulum sends it back out towards the Chelmsford left back. He turns it back in towards his centre half, David Long King. the white strapping on his right hand. Forward it goes from Holmes, looking out towards Keane Ronan, brought down initially by Falston. Now Morgan, dispossessed by Adigan initially, picked up by Ronan, back in towards the feet of Adigan on the edge of the area, tries to take the shot on, blocked by a combination of Dyer and Sonny Blulow Everton. Falston tries to get the ball away, it's brought down by Chegbullum, plays it back in towards Barbrook, now with the Chegbullum again. Takes on Jordan Thomas as the number 9, gets a cross in towards the middle, it's in deep, looking there for foot, and he tries to send it back in, blocked off Falston and out for a corner.
Yeah, well done Falston there. The Chegbullum's been causing all kinds of problems, and as he's drifted out to the left there, he seems to be getting a lot more ball, but what a brilliant cross from him to the back stick. Following just not being able to get there. I'll give Falston the credit for blocking it. Torquay just have to stay concentrated now, focus on this one and pick up the runners.
Holmes with the out swinging corner for Chelmsford. No short option to be given, and it comes from Holmes. Initial contact for the Torquay man. The referee saying it's a foul by David Longking, who was holding Falston the whole time, and it will be a free kick for Torquay.
Oof.
Taylor clattering into Jordan Thomas. Dyer sends it down the right hand side but goes out for a throw. Barbrook to go and take it for Chelmsford. Still waiting for Barbrook to go and take it. He's going to continue to take a few more feet down that right hand side. It's cleared away by Dan Hayfield. All forward by Tompkins. Straight into no man's land, and Dreyer can just leave that straight for his goalkeeper to retrieve the ball. And just keeps the ball down on the floor, wanting to try and see his teammates push further forward. Can send that long ball again, this time looking for Morgan, brings it down, finds Matt J, plays it out towards Jay Fulton, keeps the ball in play, looks to try and turn it in towards the middle towards Louis Dennis. First touch gets away from him, but he manages to track the ball down. Jay squeezed out by Adigan and Odesanya, but now with Dylan Morgan. From Keane Ronan, he's blocked off. Referee says there's no foul as the ball escaped Morgan. Now Ricky Holmes drives through the middle for Chelmsford, tries to play the ball out towards this right hand side with Jason Adigan. It's Louis Dennis who's come back to defend it for the girls. Adigan turns on towards his left foot. Now back on towards his right, scoops up looking for Lyle Taylor. He brings it down towards Keane Ronan, who tries to drill the ball across the box. It's blocked by a Torquay man initially. Adigan scrambling away with the left, still at his feet on the right hand side of the penalty area. Tries to get the cross in, blocked by Falston, and yet out for another Chelmsford City corner, as we're going to see 1 minute added on to this first half here, Grits.
Yeah, again, Torquay just got to hang on here, see this one out. Again, great play from Chelmsford. I'll give them credit there. The through balls, just cutting between the fullbacks and just getting out their wide players through and behind. It's been the game plan. I wonder how easy it will be to play like that second half.
Be Ricky Holmes with this corner for Chelmsford. Left arm raised in the air. It's an outswinger again. It goes in, quite a flat ball as well. Talking how to clear their lines initially, and Morgan will just scoop it out towards the left hand side. Barbrook looks to keep it in play, and does so. Tries to cut in. Now plays it out towards, he's following out on the far side. Drags it back into Dominic Odesanya. Now with Holmes. On towards his left foot, he tries to send the ball in towards the middle. Dreyer is able to go and clear the ball. The referee blows the whistle for half time. Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 0. Chelmsford had most of the game onto James Hammond's goal, and what's been a busy week for Torquay United, and obviously travelling up on the Watton would be pleased at his side of nil.
Be pleased, Harry, and I think this is a very different setup to those other two matches. I mean, I know it was a difficult one, being 2-0 down to Worthing, but they were at home, and also they were coming off the back of that 7-0 victory. Today they knew they were going to be up against the battle, and to be honest, Chelmsford have done their homework and they're playing brilliantly against Torquay. Torquay just about to match it, but we've not seen anything from Torquay really yet meaningful, which means that there's going to be a moment that hopefully they're going to have that chance in the game and they'll catch Chelmsford on the back foot, but they've got a bit of work to do. Again, Paul Watton will probably be the happier of the two. Get them in at half time, have a chat, say look, get through this 45 minutes and what a week that'll be for us. But yeah, a lot of work to do.
I don't think Paul Watton's the sort of manager who goes out to go and grab a point.
No.
But at the minute, I think a lot of Torquay fans would probably have said if you came away with a point today, it wouldn't be the worst result. But obviously, there's still another 45 minutes. I know you weren't here last year, but when I saw the game here last year, it was very much a game of two halves.
Yeah, well,
if it's going to be the same again, it'll be Torquay in the
That's it, and I would put that down to the conditions, Harry. I think these conditions lend themselves to that. It's a very open pitch and it's got wind swirling around it, so a challenge for Torquay in the second half, but I think the conditions will be in their favour.
Well, there's been chances mainly for Chelmsford City. Danger with the likes of Kean Ronan with his throws, an opportunity from Jason Adigan drilling the ball down into the ground and volleying it over the bar. Lyle Taylor frustrated so far, plenty of offside calls. Again, this is the main talisman in the Chelmsford City side. You would say Paul Watton would be the happier of the two managers at the break. His defence really shown up. At the break here at the Melbourne Stadium, it's Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 0.
Guess who's back on your radio tomorrow?
Yes, it's me. I'm back, and honestly, I've already had a little weep because so many of you are being so lovely and getting in touch.
Weekend breakfast
with Mel Osborne.
I haven't really been anywhere or done anything for the last few months, which is why it's so exciting to be out and see people.
Back on BBC Radio Devon.
I injured my back. I had 6 months that I was pretty much housebound, spent a lot of time staring at ceilings, but I had surgery and I am on the mend, so I'm thrilled.
BBC Radio Devon. BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With Alan Richardson.
Yes, a dramatic finish in the rugby. We'll get a report from there in a moment or two's time. Not quite so much drama in the footballs, but some odd bits and bobs around. Let's start our roundup at Valley Parade. Bradford a goal up against Exeter City at half-time. Nathan Orbon.
And maybe a scoreline that doesn't reflect the first half performance that we've seen. It's been a strong performance from the Grecians, of course, coming back to this one after a couple of weeks out with the fire break last weekend. But it's been a very even first half, all told. Exeter City coming out the traps quickly. Plenty of chances early doors before Joe Wright got the opening goal of the game. The Bradford defender up from the back, towing a max power cross towards goal past the diving Joe Whitworth. So that's the goal that separates the two sides. But overall, Exeter City have had their chances. Higgins had an effort towards goal just wide of the target, and a very presentable headed opportunity for Jaden Wareham early doors, but he missed the target. So at least Exeter City still very much in the game. It is all to play for here at Valley Parade, where it's Bradford City 1, Exeter City 0.
No goals at the break at Home Park, but Barney Mumba's certainly been in the action there. Alan Seabrook.
Yeah, he has, as you say. Argyle 0, Northampton Town 0. No goals, but Argyle much better this afternoon. The football, defensively, they've been tighter. The football's been simpler, and it's been effective. Very few chances, just the one effort on goal. That did come for Argyle. A ball into the edge of the box, the header coming in from Talai. Apart from that, Barley Mumba, who's been all over the place and looks really sharp in this new position, playing in the 10, picked up the ball from the edge of the area, nipped it off the toes of the Northampton defence, but drilled it wide of the target. Hopes are high for the second half here at Home Park. It's Argyle 0, Northampton 0.
Elsewhere in League One, the results: Blackpool 0, Reading 3, Stockport 1, Barnsley 1 from the lunchtime games. Then the half times for you: Burton Albion 0, Leyton Orient 2, Cardiff City 1, Mansfield Town 0, Doncaster Rovers 2, Peterborough United 0, Huddersfield 0, Wimbledon 1, Lincoln 1, Port Vale 0, Luton 0, Bolton Wanderers 1, Rotherham 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1, and it's goalless between Wigan and Stevenage. Let's go to National League South now. Torquay United at Chelmsford this afternoon. Harry Salvage.
City 0, Torquay United 0 at the break, and you'd say Chelmsford have had a majority of the chances in this game, but they have kept Lyle Taylor quiet, have the Torquay United backline. Best chance of the opportunity really of the game really fell to Jason Adigan. It was a corner which Torquay United were failing to clear away, and Adigan with a shot down the ground and over the bar. There's also no chance as well for Harry Barbrook when the ball was played back and across by Sam Follerin in towards the feet of the number 3. His shot driven wide of James Hammond's goal. Torquay United have had their opportunities as well in the game, but haven't had as much possession in the final third. The real best opportunity falling towards Sonny Brillo Everton. It was Jordan Young doing all the hard work after a fantastic through ball by Louis Dennis. Cutting on towards his left foot, it was saved by Chris Haig. The ball fell straight back out to Brillo Everton, whose shot went well over crossbar. At the break, you'd say Paul Watton is the happier of the two managers. It is currently goalless.
And we'll be back in plenty of time for all the second halves there. Latest scores in the National League South, the half times. AFC Tottenham 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 4. Goalless, Bath and Enfield, Chelmsford and Torquay as we know. Chesham 1, Dorking 0, Dover 0, Slough 0. Eastbourne 1, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0. Farnborough 0, Ebbsfleet 1. Horsham 1, Weston-super-Mare 0. Maidenhead 1, Chippenham 0. Maidstone and Salisbury are goalless. Tunbridge Angels 1. Hemel Hempstead Town 0, and a big match being played on the south coast, and Worthing lead the leaders Hornchurch by a 1-0. Half-time scores in the Premier League for you this afternoon. Goalless between Brentford and Burnley. Manchester City 2, Leeds United 0, Sunderland 1, Bournemouth 2. Still to come, Everton, Newcastle and Tottenham Fulham. Results in the Championship: Leicester 2, Sheffield United 3, Portsmouth 0, Bristol City 1, Stoke 1, Hull 2. Now the half-times: Coventry the leaders 2, Charlton 1, Middlesbrough 0, Derby 1, Millwall 0, Southampton 0, Norwich 3, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Preston North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, Swansea 2, Wrexham 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. And the half-times for you in League 2: Barnet 1, Harrogate 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Notts County 0, Cambridge 0, Crewe Alexandra 0, Chesterfield 1, Swindon 1, Colchester 1, Cheltenham 0, Newport 1, Barrow 1, Salford 1, Crawley 1, Shrewsbury 3, Gillingham 1, Walsall 0, Bromley 1. And the full times for you there: it was Accrington Stanley 1, Oldham Athletic 0, Milton Keynes Dons 2, Fleetwood 1. To our non-league football now, here's Peter Smith.
Half-time here at Silver Street: Willand Rovers 1, Bideford 2, end-to-end from the very first minute. Finn Roberts shot from distance, George Burton made a save, but Scott Robinson buried the rebound, so 1 up just over in a minute into the game. But just 6 minutes later, it was 1-1. Good work down the left by Bailey Kempster, saw the ball come to Gabby Rogers, who's left-footed from 15 yard beat the keeper. In fact, Rogers should have had a second, but for an excellent save at full stretch by Bideford's Leo McCormick, stopping the ball just creeping into the corner. But Bideford were back in front on 27. Robinson ran the Willand centre-back Thomas. He was forced into a corner, but the cross came over from Finn Roberts, and Jamie Hearsay at the far post finished well. In fact, Bideford nearly had another freak goal. Finn Roberts hitting the ball from midway inside his own half. The ball bounced and the keeper had to save at full stretch underneath his crossbar. Then surely more goals to come here. It's Willand Rovers 1, Bideford 2.
To the rugby now. I don't know what it is between Sale and Exeter Chiefs. Another absolute thriller up in Manchester. Both sides possibly should have won it. Nigel Warrant.
Yeah, incredible afternoon here. It's finished Sale 26, Exeter 26. A thrilling ding-dong battle between these two sides. Sale racing into a 12-0 lead after 23 minutes. A couple of tries by their wingers, Rona Lloyd and Shona Campbell, the second, and a wonderful solo effort. Exeter came storming back to lead at the break. Tries by Amy Rule, her first for the Chiefs, and Maisie Allen, both converted by Liz McGovern, made it 14-12 to the Chiefs at the break. Sale came out firing all guns in the second half when Gwen Pearce and Morwenna Talling, the England lot, got 2 tries in 6 minutes. Aitchison converting both, and they were 26-14 up and looking like they were going to win. But then Charlotte Frey had a yellow card for a high tackle, and from a dominant Exeter scrum, Emily Robinson got the touchdown and Liz McGovern converted. Hope Rogers then stormed over for a try into injury time, and McGovern had the opportunity to mark her 50th Chiefs appearance in dream style but inexplicably missed the simple conversion, and that set up a thrilling finale. Sale had a couple of penalty opportunities from 40 metres which they missed, but inexplicably they also turned down a simple one from 25 metres, opting to run the ball instead. I'll never know why they made that decision, but it left a thrilling finale and a full-time score here at Hayward Road. Sale Sharks 26, Exeter Chiefs 26.
And we'll hear from the Exeter Chiefs head coach Steve Salvins later in the programme. Stay tuned to BBC Radio Devon Sport. We've got the whole of the second half of your game coming up next.
BBC Radio Devon at breakfast.
Santa's going through his postbag.
Dear Father Christmas,
please may I have tickets to top Devon events, experiences. They are not for me though. I just want to bring cheer to others this Christmas. Lots of love, John.
Little Johnny Akers. Well, you're still on my naughty list, but I'm sure I can find something nice for all those lovely listeners.
Listen at breakfast from Monday the 1st of December for your chance to enter John Akers' Christmas Cracker competition.
Breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With Alan Richardson.
Let's have a quick look at some of the sports headlines at 4 o'clock, and we'll start with the Formula One. And Oscar Piastri reduced his McLaren teammate Lando Norris's championship lead by 2 points after winning the sprint race at the Qatar Grand Prix. The standings now see Norris, who finished third in the sprint with a 22-point lead over Piastri. Reigning world champion Max Verstappen is 25 points off the top. Qualifying for the main race takes place at 6 o'clock this evening. In snooker, the opening two matches of the UK Championship are taking place. In the best of 11 frames a short while ago, world number one Judd Trump and Stephen Maguire were tied at 3-3, while China's Si Huahui is already through to the last 16 after a 6-0 win over Ryan Day. And professional boxing is back on live BBC television for the first time in 20 years tonight. The British heavyweight title match between Fraser Clark and Jamie TK Shikeva will take the main headlines at the Valiant Live Arena in Derby, and action begins on the BBC iPlayer at 6 p.m. Right to your second half then, and for those of you listening on 95.8 FM in Exeter and East Devon and across the county on 103.4 FM and Freeview Channel 712, it's the whole of the second half of Exeter City at Bradford City. Your commentary team at Valley Parade this afternoon is former Exeter City midfielder Alan Tongue and Nathan Orban. For those of you listening on 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon and across the county on DAB Digital Radio, it's the whole of the second half of Plymouth Argyle against Northampton Town. Your commentary team at Home Park is the former Argyle defender Ryan Dixon and first of all Alan Seabrook. And for the rest of us on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website, it's the whole of the second half of Torquay United at Chelmsford City. Your commentary team there this afternoon is the former goal striker Martin Gritton and first of all Harry Salvage.
Thank you, Alan. It's starting to get a bit more chilly here at Chelmsford. A 0-0 draw so far at the moment, but we've still got another 45 minutes of football to be played. Torquay United, who spent a lot of the first half defending their goal after the pressure put on them by Chelmsford City. I think Paul Watton would be happy with what he's seen from his side defensively, but probably wants to see a little bit more going forward.
Yeah, I think those players haven't had a chance to really show what they can do yet. We were talking about the conditions, big open pitch. As you said, it's getting colder, but it's got that feeling of a night fixture, isn't it? Get a little bit of an edge and get an opportunity to show what they can do. Dennis hasn't really been able to do anything facing the goal. And then at Jordan Young, we've seen a little bit from him.
It's not been down to work rate or anything though, has it?
What's that?
Not been down to work rate.
No, and it's very much away performances. You know, you're up against a team that's top heavy, so that you know, by that nature they pen Torquay in, but you feel like, you know, it's been frustrating for them because they perhaps have deserved the goal. So, you know, at some point either they'll run out of steam or they'll go for it in such a way that will open up holes for Torquay. But it's a pretty exhausting time at the back for Torquay. Pitch is heavy. They're up against physical players as well. It's not like they're muscling and winning those battles easily. They're having to work really hard to compete. So Torquay's defence are doing well at the minute, but you got to expect them to tire, and they've had a few big tough matches recently, haven't they? So they'll be carrying a little bit in their legs. Long trip as well. Did you say they left this morning?
Yeah.
That's an awful long day. Sometimes I was quite grateful of the being able to go straight out onto a pitch and run around after being on a coach for that many hours. Sometimes you've got that energy in you, haven't you? But other times it can be a little bit difficult because journeys do take it out of you sometimes. But we'll see what Torquay can do. One of the things Paul Watton hasn't really got is lots of options on the bench that will make the team stronger. He's certainly got different options on the bench, but he's relying on the players out on the pitch now to take this as far as they can. So let's see what they can produce.
Both teams are back out, just doing the final warm-ups and final team talks before we get going for the second half. The officials are also out. Paul Watton speaking to his assistant Mikey Edwards, coming out from the tunnel to our left, just by the throwing cage. As we are at a athletics ground as well as a football ground.
I like the fact the throwing cage is just still up. It's literally a couple of yards from there. We'll just leave that up. That's fine.
He does want to throw a javelin in the
I don't think you throw javelins from the throwing cage, Harry.
Oh no,
so I'm going to have to correct you there. It's hammer and discus.
Can you tell I was poor PE at sport? And that the school I went to didn't have a cage.
Well, you'd be lucky. You'd be a very, very, very fancy school if you had a throwing cage.
That's true.
But yeah, no, it's an odd setup, isn't it, with the athletics track? And I know that the comments were made, weren't they, from the management, and they weren't received too kindly. But yeah, it's a very different atmosphere.
We get the game underway. Torquay United shooting from left to right in this second half. It is the goals who throw the ball all the way into the depths of the Chelmsford half to concede a throw, which will be taken by Barbara. The two sides, Torquay teams Hammond in goal, Jordan Thomas, Jordan Dyer, Sam Dreyer and Joe Falston. The back four, Sonny Blue, Everton and Dan Hayfield, the two holding midfielders, Jordan Young, Matt J. Dylan Morgan, the three sitting behind Louis Dennis. Bench of Adam Seedhouse, Evans, Denzel, Aki and Pong, Sonny Fish, Sonny Sharples, Ahmed, Kieran Wilson and Aidan Edwards for Chelmsford. They're also in a 4-2-3-1. It's Chris Hagan, goal, Kean Ronan, Ben Tompkins, David Longking and Harry Barbrook in defence. Dominic Odesanya and Ricky Holmes, the two holding midfielders. Sam Fuller and Jason Adigan and Jasurdan Uchegbalam, the three sitting behind Lyle Taylor. They've got the substitute goalkeeper of Dylan Adaya, recognisable name, and Tom Lapsley, Josh Castiglione, Archie Tamplin, Paula Paya, Jet Murphy and Ini Effiong available to come off the bench, and it's cleared back forward by Fulston. Goes up for a throw for Chelmsford on this near side. Well, they started off where they meant to go in the second half. It's Totten 0, Taggart Rubridge 5. Timothy DeYang actually got Dagenham's fourth after an Andy Carroll hat-trick. Here is Jordan Dyer, sends it down the right hand side. Young couldn't keep it in, but Barbrook does do so, and has that taken a touch off the Chelmsford man last? It has. And Torquay United have themselves a throw on this near side. Forward it shall come from the right back, Dennis. First touch, let him down, chest it down, then just struck his knee. Doing so concedes a throw in front of Torquay United dugout. Waiting for the ball to return back to the hands of Harry Barbrook. Taylor throw down the left hand side, header initially won by Thomas. Holmes, now Barbrook. Appeals for a handball there, not going to be given. Here's Lyle Taylor on the left hand side, battling away with Jordan Dyer, tries to get the cross in towards the middle, picked up by Sonny Blulow Everton, who clears the way, and Jay tries to flick it on towards the feet of Dennis, but it's returned back to Jasurdan and Jugbalum. One back there by Sonny Blulow Everton, who dispossesses Jason Adigan. Dennis tries to turn on the corner, isn't allowed to do so by David Longking, blocked by Dominic Odesanya, picked up there by Louis Dennis, tries to turn brilliantly away from Odesanya and away from Holmes as well. In comes a chance from Longking, but it's into Blulow Everton, who sends it down that right hand side. Jordan Young is the aimed receiver of that pass, but it's won back by Chelmsford as Weston-super-Mare have got an equaliser against Horsham. 1-1 there.
Dennis pulling up here. Not sure what that was. Something behind his knee he was holding. But yeah, that was a great bit of skill from him. But yeah, opportunities few and far between for him today.
Chegbolam back heels it into the feet of Barbrook. Now with the Chegbolam. Now Lasagna back out towards Chegbolam. Taking up Thomas now with Dominic Odasanya. Under the pressure, feeds it back to number 6 David Long-King. Out towards Tompkins on the halfway line. Sends the ball out towards the left hand side, but Jordan Thomas is there. Clears it away. Young under the pressure from his opposite number Odasanya. Sets it back towards Jordan Thomas, who sends it down that right hand side. Brought down by Ricky Holmes, who was initially going to play it back to his goalkeeper, I think, but he decided otherwise under the pressure from Matt J. He sends it down the left flank now. But that will go all the way towards Jordan Dyer, shielding the ball away from Madigan. Under pressure is Dyer. Off it goes from Madigan Larson out for a goal kick for Torquay.
Great stuff from Dyer there. Getting a little bit easier to defend this half. Torquay kind of have the game in front of them. Don't feel like they're chasing their tails and getting turned around quite as much. Again, Chelmsford still probably the team with more dominant possession. So they've been really quick to tackle and getting their foot in first and getting in front of Torquay and causing problems, but it's still been scrappy. I'll probably say that for both teams, not being able to really get anything consistent. I'd say the conditions probably lend themselves to that, or a contributing factor to not being able to get anything going. But yeah,
forward from Hammond. Actually won back by Chelmsford. Nadigan scoops it up. Dyer with the first touch, was brought down by Jasurino Chegbolam, who's dispossessed by Jordan Thomas. And get the ball away, and it's into the feet of David Long-King. Bath City have taken the lead at home to Enfield Town at Twerton Park. Torquay doing the trip to Bath between Christmas and New Year. We'll have full commentary of that one on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Brought down by Louis Dennis. Hayfield looks to turn it out towards the left hand side. Brought down by Hayfield. Now picked up by Dylan Morgan. Sent forward down that left hand side. Tompkins brings it down. It's a little slip there from the Chelmsford man, Keane Ronan, but they picked up possession again and look to move forward. Taylor tries to turn it around the corner. They're breaking away down this right hand side. Here are Chelmsford City trying to get a cross in towards the middle, which they can get. Looks like it took a touch with the Torquay man last, and out for a corner it goes. Eastbourne lead 2-0 over Hampton and Richmond Borough. Hornchurch are down to 10 men away at Worthing as well.
What's the score in that one, huh?
1-0 Worthing.
Still 1-0. Tough to play down there. A bit of an upset, wasn't it?
Dundee away. They're on BBC Radio Devon Sport. I believe it's ended January. I know it's a Tuesday night. There's Worthing away. It's actually Worthing 2, Hornchurch 0 now. Corner comes in. Hammond punches it away. Had it won by following initially in Torquay United. Looks to try and move it away. Hayfield sent it down the right hand side. Dylan Morgan looks to chase, but Keane Ronan sets it back to his goalkeeper Haig. Forward it goes from the keeper, looking for Taylor. Brings it down. Offside appeals coming from Sam Drain. Eventually it is given offside against Taylor.
Yeah, that was excellent defending again. Really strong line from Torquay and knew exactly where Taylor was.
Not the best clearance from Sam Dreyer from the free kick. It's back into Chelmsford possession, literally where Lyle Taylor picked up the ball from being offside. Adigan making a run down the left hand side. Has got Chegbolam in support if he wants him. He's still going as Adigan. Back into the feet of Follering. Now Barbrook, he tries to get the crossing, blocked by Hayfield. Back into the feet of the Torquay man, who does go down. A free kick has been given for the foul on Hayfield. And Torquay can just regroup again.
Well, he's doing the hard bits, Hayfield, and that's sometimes his greatest strength in fitting into this team, isn't it? Because he'll always give you the yardage and the effort put in terms of his work rate, but also those just little scrappy moments there when you've got to get a turnover, get the foul, draw the foul.
I think Kieran Wilson's going to be coming on shortly for his Torquay United debut. Dennis with that first header. Second one by Ronan. Now with Odesanya, he launches it forward, looking for Taylor. First header won by Dyer. Second also won by the United number 4. Brought down by Odesanya last, and it goes out for a throw. Jordan Thomas to go and take this throw for the goals. Thomas looking for an option. Dennis comes short, brings it down. Does he get that in play? Appeals that he hasn't. Thomas will keep it in play, and Dennis will send it forward, dropping deeper as the United number 7, looking there to try and find Matt J, but Ricky Holmes is there. He can clear it away. Brought down by Jordan Thomas. He sends it forward down that right hand side, but that's gone out of play. It shall be a throw for Chelmsford. Don't think there's going to be much surprise who Kieran Wilson's going to come on for to make his Torquay United debut. Haig sends it forward for Chelmsford. Dyer wins that first header. Following, tries to turn away from Falston. Ronan then plays it down the right hand side, but it's a overly hit ball from the Chelmsford right back. Torquay will make the first substitution of the afternoon. And Louis Dennis, who's got 5 in his last 2, not able to find that back. Oh, sorry, it's not Dennis. I thought it could be Louis Dennis there after he pulled up. It's Dylan Morgan who comes off. Shows what I know.
No, well, I mean, it's a good sign keeping Dennis on. That's probably some intent from Paul Watton. He's still going for this. But yeah, Morgan's battled hard again. One of those players that's just not had loads of clear opportunities, but worked really hard for what he's got and come off the pitch quite slowly to soak up as much time as possible. Be interested to see how Wilson impacts it.
To my reckoning, 9 appearances for Exeter City off the bench so far this season in League One.
That's an exciting player to bring on.
Can play anywhere in the front three according to Paul Watton, so he's been moved out towards that left hand side at the moment.
He had some height, doesn't he? He's certainly a lot bigger than the fullback marking him.
Goes to battle for that first header, clashes into walls. Ricky Holmes. That's something for your Torquay United debut to.
Yep.
Your first moment is facing up to Ricky Holmes. Throw on for Torquay on the far side. Northampton have taken lead at home park. Tom Eaves with the goal. Argyle 0, Northampton 1. Exeter 1-0 down at Bradford City. Here it's Melbourne Stadium. It's currently goalless as Hammond's clearance deflects off Lyle Taylor. Initial header won by Long King, brought down by Hayfield. Tries to turn away from Odesanya. He plays it out towards the right hand side, looking there for Young. Brought down by Barbrook. Young picks up the ball on the second attempt. Battling away does United's number 8. Brilliantly gets away. He's on his left foot. He's going to take a shot from distance here. Haig spills it. But luckily for him, he's got Cian Ronan to go and claim the ball back. But you just knew that minute that Jordan Young had some space in that sort of area of the pitch. He's going to go and take a shot there, and you don't blame him for taking it. But now Chelmsford moving quickly forward. Here's Holmes. He looks to send the ball out towards Jegballoon, but it goes out for a throw for United. But a great opportunity there for Jordan Young.
Brilliant from Young. Again, just held off the defender well, and just when he saw that space open up as he turned inside, you're absolutely right, Annie. We all knew it was going to happen. He's going to get it on his left foot, but what he did brilliantly there was make the keeper do something, made sure he hit the target. He kind of took a little bit off his power.
Matt J turns the ball out towards Kieran Wilson on the left hand side, looking to take on Ronan. Cuts in on towards his right foot as Wilson plays it in towards the feet of Dennis. He's got Young on the overlap, finds his man just about. No, he doesn't. It's intervened by Jasur and Chegballoon, and Dennis pressures him down. He'll go for a goal kick.
Yeah, Dennis apologising to Young there. He knows that he just undercooked that past him, and it just didn't quite make use of the situation. Wilson doing really well with his first ball there. Just nice from him. Nice little link-up play, but yeah, Young's left-footed effort just, he took the power off, but it bounced awkwardly in front of the goalkeeper, didn't it, and skipped up at him, and just showed you create opportunities even if you can just get a shot on target in these conditions.
From Haig, not so good news coming from Horsham. Western Supermare have taken the lead 2-1 there. Here is Young. Thomas turns the middle for Matt J, who's calling for it. Now with Sonny Blulow Everton now finding Jay, and he's seeing the space just starting to open up a little bit here for Torquay. Dennis, back into Sonny Blue Everton, plays it brilliantly through. It's Jordan Young who's there, great save from Haig. Who can get the rebound? It's Haig punching it away, and it's Barbrook who just puts his foot straight through it to clear it away, and what an opportunity there for Torquay.
Just brilliant. We'll come back to it. You feel like Torquay are going to go again here, but what a brilliantly worked move from Torquay there. I mean, there was 4 or 5 players touching the ball, and each one just perfectly timed and weighted passes. The final ball in, was it from Blue Everton? I'm not sure if it was from him there, but the ball into Young was just brilliant, and it was even on his left peg. You thought he was just going to drill it under the keeper. Brilliant save from the keeper in the end. Torquay coming to life now, just at the right time.
Chelmsford themselves have a throw. From the Yellow Army on the far side. I think it should have been a Torquay ball there, but Torquay now have the ball with Dreyer. Hits Hayfield. Now with Blue Low Everton, and Young's looking to make that run down the right hand side. Blue Everton tries to go and find his man, and Young battling away with Barbrook, gets there first, does take a touch of Barbrook glass, and Torquay United have a throw.
Again, just a really well weighted ball there. In these conditions, it's so difficult to do that. We're seeing the turnovers from Chelmsford when they've tried to do similar, and again, Blue Low Everton he's really influencing the game now. That's what you want to see.
Ball thrown from Thomas to Young. Jay back to Young, turns it out towards the left hand side for Fulston. He's got Wilson in support and finds the Exeter City loanee Fulston on the overlap. Wilson on towards his right side, driving through. Wilson with a brilliant shot. Oh, what a goal! Kieran Wilson on his Torquay United debut with a fantastic shot. No chance for Haig, who went sprawling to save it. And Torquay United have the lead at the Melbourne Stadium. It's Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 1.
What a strike. He's got to remember that one on his debut. What an influence from Wilson coming on there. Again, we saw Young move the ball across the pitch well, couldn't quite get space for his shot, but patient from Torquay, patient build up, and Wilson quite rightly going over to the Torquay fans on the far side, giving them a little fist pump. Well done, lad. Paul Wotton absolutely buzzing with that. I mean, just changes the dynamic of this game so much, doesn't it? Because the home team will be absolutely deflated by that. They've been the better of the two sides so far, but Torquay coming into this a little bit, maybe in the last 5 to 10 minutes. We talked about their influential players, Young coming into it more and more, and Blue Low Everton pulling the strings, but it's one thing to do that, it's another thing to go out and get a goal. What a goal that was.
Now on the attack are Chelmsford following. Tries to get the crossing blocked by Fulston, it's cleared away. It's one thing I've noticed both times Wilson's got the ball in that final third. His initial instinct is, where can I shoot?
Do you know what though? We didn't see him pull it, pull the shot in anger first, because these first two he passed it. He probably thought, I can't.
All over the top by Desanya, looking there for Taylor, but retrieved by Hammond. Sorry, Grits.
No, just saying the first thing in his mind was like, I probably shouldn't be. The team won't. I'll pass it, and then he went, nah, I'm going to hit this one. And oh my goodness, please watch that back, Torquay fans. You will enjoy it.
Also over the top, looking for Matt Jay, who scored a memorable goal himself here last season. Putting the pressure onto David Longking, who slips as he tries to clear the ball. He's found Kean Ronan, plays it back towards Tompkins, who clears the ball away. Now with Fulston, brings it down. Wilson turns it in the middle, looking there initially for Dennis and Jordan Young. He's stolen the ball away. It's going down. Surely that's a free kick for Torquay United. It is, and it's going to be a yellow card for Ricky Holmes. And Grits, it's in Jordan Young territory. This.
Yeah, brilliant from Young. Again, his first touch. We're just seeing that. What we said in the first half, how the game, as it opens up a little bit, the home team get a little bit tired, a little bit frustrated, and now, just losing their shape a little bit and their discipline. This is when Torquay, that keeping the powder dry, wait for those opportunities. And you're absolutely right. This is probably 30 yards, maybe just over 30 yards out, straight. I mean, Wilson probably fancies his chances, but I think he's staying away from it. Young, not letting anyone else touch this one, I would imagine.
Opportunity. This Argyle are down to 10 men. Laurent Tolai has been given a straight red card against Northampton. 1-0 the Saints. Well, the Cobblers lead there. Getting the sports mixed up there, Northampton. I think Ian Effiong's going to be coming on shortly for Chelmsford, but it's Jordan Young with a free kick. 25 yards out. Here for Torquay United. Referee is happy. Hayfield standing over it as well. We know he can hit them as well, but you fancy Jordan Young in this position. You do fancy him! Oh, you do fancy him! It's 2-0. Jordan Young doing what Jordan Young does with those free kicks from those distances. It's Chelmsford 0, Torquay 2.
Well, you picked it, Harry. I mean, my goodness. You can only hope from those distances. When you got Jordan Young, it's more than hope. You know he's going to cause problems and try and get something on target because he's got the ability to do that. But just off the back of that Wilson goal, what a fantastic free kick. The speed that he hits that with, the power. And it's all from his side foot. He just feels it into the top corner. A brilliant, brilliant goal. And again, would you see the quality from Torquay? And that is absolutely going to be a sucker punch for the home team. They'll be like, what do we have to do to land a glove on this team? And Torquay from nothing are now just absolutely dominating this game. And Paul Watton will be buzzing. I mean, that's, on the back of this week, you just hope for those moments to be taken, because it does come down to moments and you don't get many bites of the cherry. The conditions themselves make it difficult, let alone the opposition. But brilliant from Torquay.
Chelmsford have the game back underway. Chegbulham battling away, and that Yellow Army across the way from us in buoyant mood.
Jordan Young must to have that ability and to not be able to kind of pull the trigger for the majority of the match, and then just to be able to pull it out when you need it. I mean, fantastic skill from him.
Well, they scored in the 57th and 58th against Eastbourne Borough last Saturday. Torquay United now scored in the 60th and 63rd minute here. Well, they love this period of the game.
I was going to say collective yardage of those goals as well. That's probably about at least 50 yards between the two finishes there.
Ball sent to try and find Kieran Wilson down that left-hand side. Young Scotsman who moved down from Adrionians, I believe it was, to Exeter City. Play that Exeter City rate very highly. From what we've seen in the last 5 minutes or so, you can understand why.
Yeah. That's exactly what you want when those young players go out on loan, getting the opportunity to play. So it was great Paul Watton gave him enough of a run today, get him on the pitch, get him on the pitch early so he's got opportunities. But yeah, you want your players when they're out on loan to be playing and scoring goals and to be impacting, being influential. That's how they get their experience.
Here comes Tompkins, sends it over the top. Header won by Dyer. He blew it and then sends it over the top by Louis Dennis. I don't think he wants to be running after those sort of balls. As it goes straight in towards the feet of Haig. Ini Effiong waiting to come on here for Chelmsford. Former Woking Braintree man. Field of Braintree players who Angelo Harrop had with him over at Cressing Road. Foul not for Torquay United just inside the Chelmsford half after the header from the centre half Long King. We're going to see Ini Effiong come on.
You've got to imagine Angelo Harrop's frustrated because he's set up his team well, his team have played well, just didn't take any of their chances, and they've just been sucker punched twice by Torquay in quick succession. That's the quality Torquay have, and that's the danger when teams play against them like this. If you don't take your chances, there's a very good chance Torquay will take theirs.
Ball sent through, looking for Chegbulham. Dyer gets there first as Samuel Follerin has come off for Ini Effiong. From one from Barbrook. Header one from Hayfield. Picked up by Jasura Chegbulham. Adigan tries to feed it back in towards him. Dyer clears away on the edge of the penalty area. Taylor battling with Hayfield, but is able to play the ball towards Jordan Young, who tries to play it forward, but it's David Long King who gets in front of Louis Dennis. He plays it back in towards Chris Haig, the goalkeeper. 67 minutes gone here. Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 2. 2 goals coming in quick succession like buses for the goals.
Look, I don't want to say it, Harry, but my 3-0 prediction is in the unlikeliest of the likelies at the minute.
Ball sent forward. Barbrook, and it's another throw for Torquay. Eastbourne Borough 3, Hampton Richmond Borough 0.
Torquay just slowing this down now, and the home team not even objecting. They're not asking Torquay to speed up. think that's really dented their confidence.
Ball out towards Wilson from Matt J.
He fancies his
trying to get away from
again.
Kean Rowan. Does Wilson, brilliant step overs, tries to get the cross in, blocked off, thrown out for a corner.
Again, Wilson just showing his talents a bit. You can see how fresh his legs are and how important that is at heavy pitch. And fullback's not enjoying playing against him right now.
Maidenhead 2, Chippenham 0, and what is Alan Devonshire's final game in charge of Maidenhead United. Over 10 years of service at the club, which recognised fondly up and down the league and in non-league football circles as well. Now to have the corner here from Jordan Young, in deep looking for Dreyer and Dyer. Well, I don't think he was allowed to jump for it by David Longking. It rolls all the way up for a throw for Chelmsford on this near side. Worthing 3, Hornchurch 0, Tonbridge Angels 1, Hemel Hempstead 2, Maidstone 1, Salisbury 0. Some of the latest scores: Dover leading Slough by a goal to 0 at Crabble. Throw back from Barbrook to his goalkeeper Haig. Dennis putting him under pressure. Dennis looks like he's moving a lot better now. Ball flicked over the top by Taylor. Dyer brought down towards Dreyer. Cross to Falston. Wilson tries to turn it in the middle, but he's dispossessed by Ronan. Al Taylor, who's now dropped a bit deeper with Effiong arriving onto the field. Now Wilson turns it in the middle. Here's Hayfield. He looks up.
Nice.
Plays out towards Jordan Thomas. Now finds Young under the pressure from Barbrook. Hayfield tries to turn it towards Matt J, who wins that first header. Wilson now moving in towards the centre, battling away with Tompkins, and himself and Tompkins too busy battling with each other. They forget to take the ball with them. And Chelmsford in possession now with Barbrook, finding Uchegbulum on this left-hand side. Tom Lapsley, the substitute, is now sort of coaching Chelmsford from where he can warm up from. There's Uchegbulum looking to take on Thomas. Still going away here does the Chelmsford number 9, Jordan Young, joins the scene and wins the ball as Chibnall stumbles. And Torquay United with Hayfield and little triangles clear it away with Jordan Thomas and Wilson trying to run onto that one, putting the pressure on towards David Longking, who has to play it back towards his goalkeeper Haig. With 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go here at the Melbourne Stadium. Ball forward. Effiong and Dyer grabbing each other's shirt quite intensely there. Ball forward by Jordan Thomas, and with Matt J ducking the ball out of the way, Ricky Holmes can only chest the ball out for a throw.
Chegbulum's just gone down there, and again he had
there was a little stumble, little slip, wasn't there, in that moment where I
think he's tweaked something, but again, brilliant defending from Thomas and Young. They're doing a great job on him, and again Young picking his pocket and just coming around the side and nicking the ball. That's when Jordan Young's such a clever footballer, because he reads the game so well. He's like, well, I'll wait for opportunities. He almost doesn't have to affect it. You know, don't have to get presence on the man. Just go for the ball when you think you're going to nick it, and he invariably does. And Wilson coming over, he must be buzzing. Also Wilson, I think, has gone to the middle, Harry, as well. The 3, and Dennis just drifting out to the left hand side, probably quite happy to just take it easier out on the touchline.
We saw it against Worthing the final 10-15 minutes of that game, just drifting Louis Dennis out to the left hand side, because you know he's got that footballing ability and knowledge what to do with the ball in that sort of situation, especially when you're going deeper into the game where you want to hold it up a little bit more.
Yeah, agreed. And also Wilson, by the size of him, looks, the more natural one down the middle. Be interesting to see how he does match up against Tompkins, because we've seen Tompkins probably have the better of the physical battles. Maybe Torquay strike or forward players aren't really in the more physical ones. You wouldn't say Matt J and Louis Dennis really play up against people, so Wilson maybe has a bit more of an appetite for that. Let's check it out.
Well, we're going to see Jet Murphy come on for Chelmsford, player coming through their youth system. Came on and scored against Hemel Hempstead on Tuesday night. Only a consolation in the end, as Hemel Hempstead came up victors by 2-1. So Chegbulum is now hobbling off, sees him depart, and young Jet Murphy come on. some of the latest scores in the National League South. Tottenham 0, Dagenham Redbridge 5, Bath 1, Enfield Town 1, Chesham 1, Dorking 0, Dover 1, Slough 0, Eastbourne 3, Hampton Richmond Borough 0, Farnborough 0, Ebbsfleet 1, Horsham 1, Weston 1, Maidenhead 2, Chippenham 0, so actually that goal didn't count there for Weston there. Maidstone 1, Salisbury 0, 10-man Tonbridge 1, Hemel Hempstead 2, and Worthing 3, 10-man Hornchurch 0 as the game gets back underway in Long King. Heavy ball back towards his goalkeeper Haig, who traps it down, and he's cleared away under the pressure there from Matt Jay, and out for a throw it goes. Torquay with another throw down the right hand side. Elliot List has doubled the lead of Northampton Town at home park. Argyle 0, Northampton 2. Ball intercepted here by Adigan. Now with Taylor, tries to turn away from Hayfield and plays it out towards the right hand side. Jet Murphy, who's just come on to the pitch, putting the pressure on towards Jay Falston. A little shove in the back of Falston. Can feed it back to his goalkeeper James Hammond, who'll play it forward looking for Wilson. Flicks it on, looking there for Dennis, turned away by Tompkins, brought down brilliantly by Sonny Bluelow. Everton plays the 1-2 with Jay and looks to switch the ball beautifully out towards Jordan Young, but the spin on the ball just got away from Young as Eastbourne Borough have a fourth against Hampton Richmond Borough 0. Bet you they're trying to bring down that goal difference after last week.
Well, and good luck to them. You know, I'm sure there was dejected players. It shows you weak. It's a long time in football, isn't it?
I thought that was politics.
Wouldn't talk about that right now. But yeah, I'm sure they're delighted. Is it Tommy Widgington? Is he the gaffer down there? Yeah, I'm sure he'd be delighted for his players and for himself.
Has some strong words in his post-match interview after defeat at Playmore last week. Barbrook. One back there by Jordan Thomas as it looks like Jason Adigan's moved out towards the left-hand side. So formation Chelmsford to move themselves in towards now. Here's Lyle Taylor trying to turn away. Great challenge there from Jordan Dyer just to get the ball away. Now with Ricky Holmes. Gets away from Matt Jay. Little shove there from Jay, and the referee says a foul by the United 27. Home fans appealing for a handball, but for a yellow card, but I don't think it was any more than just... I don't think it was really intentional by Matt Jay, but...
No, and Matt Jay doing well there, just going over and picking the player up, saying sorry. Always.
I'm being told by Alan the league table, but I'm not going to say it just yet.
Good things, Harry. And what a week for Torquay if they can see this through.
In comes the free kick from Ricky Holmes. In deep, turned away initially by Torquay and Ice, and that's picked up Matt Jay. Is he going to go for it again? Well, you wouldn't blame him if he did, but it's been blocked by Ronan. Picked up there by young Kieran Wilson, and he can drive down the left-hand side. He's got Dominic Odesanya marking him at the moment. Wilson now low with the penalty, cuts in towards his right foot, dances away from another player. Picked up by Hayfield, switched across towards Fulston. Now a Sonny Bluelow Everton. Dennis finds Jordan Thomas. Tries to play it down the right hand side. It's blocked initially by Jason Adigan. Thomas there recovering well. Did it go off Adigan last? Bravo. It did, and well done Jordan Thomas.
Brilliant, right. I think Jordan Thomas was very much aware he was right in front of Paul Watton there.
Yes.
As he gave the ball away and thought, I've got to win this back. Did brilliant to do so. Again, Torquay just been able to hold.
Well, we're going to see it. Archie Tamplin come on. He's going to place Lyle Taylor for Chelmsford. I think it's a second change, which is going to be more of interest for those of a Torquay perspective. Tom Lapsley is going to come on. Did his ACL in his final Torquay appearance. Stayed down in Devon. Actually trained with Torquay a little bit at the end of last season as well to get some fitness, and he comes on for Ricky Holmes. I'm sure there'll be applause from not just the Chelmsford fans but the Torquay fans to see Tom Lapsley on the football field again. "14 minutes to go. 2-0 Torquay United lead. Jordan Thomas with the long throw. Couldn't find Jordan Young. Thomas regains possession and sends it back down that right hand side. Dennis trying to put the pressure on, but the ball doesn't actually stay in play. It will be a throw for Chelmsford. Long King. Hayfield wins that header. Dennis tries to bring it down. It's actually back by Tompkins. Ball away, Argyle now 3-0 down to Northampton Town at Home Park. Of course, we'll have all the reaction from our managers at full time. Brought down by Adigan, looking to try and feed through Jet Murphy, but Fulston is able to get there and play it back towards his goalkeeper James Hammond. It's Jordan Willis who's got the third for Northampton. I'll get my teams right. Header up by Lapsley. Brought down was a handball appeal. Torquay won't care because they've regained possession again with Sonny Bluelow Everton. Hayfield. There's a little crunching challenge from Hayfield, and referee saying no foul there as it's sent forward. Straight to Chris Haig, the Chelmsford City keeper. Forward it goes from the Chelmsford man looking for Effiong, battling away with Jordan Dyer. Sonny Bluelow Everton clears the ball away. Now with Long King. Back to the feet of Haig. Forward it goes. From it will be for Chelmsford. Barbrook plays it back to Haig. Forward it goes from the keeper. First header won by Jordan Dyer. Brought down by Tom Lapsley in the middle of the park. Plays the 1-2 and Lapsley drives forward here for Chelmsford. Goes in with a flying challenge there on towards Jay Fulston. And the referee says that's a foul. And Tom Lapsley getting booked. Where have we seen that before?
Oh, well, he's having a word with him there as well. I mean, is that Fulston?
Yeah.
He did really well because he knew that tackle was coming in. Took the foul. He's back on his feet, thankfully. Is Lapsley the one picking him up? I think he is. Yeah. I mean, Lapsley had to go for it. To be honest, I think he got a bit of the ball. I don't necessarily think that was a malicious one. I think he's entitled to go for it, but it's just the way that Fulston was still on the ground when he hit it.
Fulston's back up again.
Yeah.
Free kick to United then. Hammond to take.
Probably if you've been training with Tom Lapsley, tackles like that as well.
Yeah, plays like he trains like he plays.
Never a bad mark. Free kick from James Hammond, sent forward, looking for Wilson. Header initially won by Cian Ronan, but it will be a throw for Torquay. Part of me on just his leg.
Control and the joint. Just let this man. I know he can look at this. That complex. How the is so.
By the way, happens.
You know. Well.
Okay. No, he's probably.
I'm afraid we are having some problems, as you can probably hear in the background there at Chelmsford at the moment. We will try and get you a better line from there, but Torquay United 2-0 up. Harry wouldn't tell you the table, and I do fully understand why he wouldn't, but as things stand with Hornchurch behind and Western not winning either at this moment in time, and we've still got around about 10 minutes left to play, Torquay United could be heading to the top of National League South. That's where they're at the moment. Let's just see if we can try and go back there.
Drop out and try and call back in.
Yeah, we are struggling there, so we will try and get you a different line from there. Let's just quickly go around the other two grounds, though, and just find out what's happening. First of all, we can go to Home Park, where the wheels have very much come off for Tom Cleverley's side in the second half. They're 3-0 down and a man down at home to Huddersfield. Here's Alan Seabrook.
How much extra pressure that... OK, it was designed to take the pressure off, but I'm just wondering whether there was a degree of extra pressure on Tom Cleverley.
I think he can't be on too much, but when he's been losing the games he has, he's under severe pressure anyway. So I think Derek coming in, and then they won, obviously, and then today they've started very well, so it could have looked a lot different. Unfortunately, the way that this game has now turned, that pressure is, kind of doubled now.
Northampton just winning the ball now in midfield at every turn, and the ball.
That's what's happening there. Exeter City are losing, by the way, but we can now return you to Torquay United commentary and Harry Salvage.
For temporary glitches, hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll touch wood. We've got no wooden near us on the on the press box, but at the moment, still 2-0. The Gulls lead. Nothing much has been missed since we dropped out briefly there, but thank you for bearing with us this afternoon. All the fun. We love bringing you Torquay. They're winning. Even more enjoyable. Got the ball for Chelmsford. Out to sends off. Line towards Bolston. Everton tries to go and clear the ball away, turn, and it's just going to put his foot straight through that one, brought down by Louis Dennis. It does go out for a throw for Torquay United to take his final touch of the forward it goes. Apologies, we'll try and go for backup number 2. Try and get through the final closing stages here at the Melbourne Stadium with Torquay United lead by 2-0. Well, brought down though by Murphy. Trying to move forward, and Jordan Dyer under the pressure here. Archie Tamplin's got possession of the ball for Chelmsford. He clears it away. It's Jordan Thomas to launch it forward. We'll just is it back? Put his foot just straight penalty.
Really going to happen too much.
Retrieves the ball.
Well, I think we're going to have to give that line another try, see if we can get Harry some other way. In the meantime, let's just hear exactly what's happening up at Valley Parade. Bradford City against Exeter City. Bradford a goal to the good in that one.
Got there first for Bradford, the substitute, and it's a Bradford City goal kick as the clock hits 88. And time running out for Exeter City to get anything from this match. Exeter have a couple of games in cup action after today, the trophy in Tuesday night away at Luton, and back at SJP for Wickham next Saturday, and then their next league game is at home, all being well, to Wimbledon a week on Tuesday. Here's Torre sliding in on McGuinness, who hasn't really had any opportunities since coming on, the big burly frontman for the Grecians. Sweeney then, under the lights, has the ball behind his head, throws it short.
And of course we will bring you reports on both of those games after 5 o'clock here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Let's just have a look at the latest scores in National League South while we're trying to resume commentary from Torquay United. AFC Tottenham 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 5, Bath 1, Enfield 1, Chesham 1, Dorking 0, Dover Athletic 2, Slough 0, Eastbourne Borough 6, Hampton and Richmond 0. There's some big wins around at the moment. Eastbourne, of course, lost 7-0 at Playmore a week ago. Farnborough 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Horsham 1, Weston-super-Mare 1, Maidenhead 2, Chippenham 0, Maidstone 1, Salisbury 0, Tunbridge 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 3, and Worthing 4, Hornchurch 0. The significant scorelines there, well, Hornchurch are clearly heading for defeat at Worthing, but if Horsham hold on for a point at home to Weston-super-Mare, and Torquay United, of course, maintain their advantage at Chelmsford, then the Gulls will be going to the top of National League South this evening off the back of a 5-match winning run. Let's have a look at the latest scores in League One. The results for you, first of all: Blackpool 0, Reading 3, Stockport 1, Barnsley 1. Bradford 1, Exeter City 0 is the latest score, as indeed is Burton 0, Leyton Orient 4, Cardiff 2, Mansfield 0, Doncaster Rovers 2, Peterborough United 1, Huddersfield 3, AFC Wimbledon 3. Now, we've got a different line to Harry Salvage. Let's see if this one works a little bit better. Harry.
Thank you ever so much, Alan. Apologies for those listening in about the technological issues we've been having this afternoon from Chelmsford. But hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. All you've missed so far from our dropout is Louis Dennis making a departure, and it is going to be Sonny Fish coming onto the field as out towards Barbrook on this left-hand side. looking up. Plays it in towards Tamplin, tries to turn it back in towards the middle. Adigan now slips and turns, and Young's now gone down. Free kick given for a foul on Jordan Young.
Yeah, he's just got Jordan Young there. Hopefully he's okay.
Here's a free kick for Torquay United, which is inside their own half, 10 yards or so. We've only got 2 minutes left on the clock here. It's going to be James Hammond to take this free kick. Forward, it shall go from the Torquay United keeper towards the left-hand side, and it's straight into the hands of Chris Haig, the Chelmsford goalkeeper. He throws it out towards Murphy. Dispossessed there by Falston, and Lapsley can set it back, cleared away by Kean Ronan. Forward it goes. Falston trying to battle away, and he hooks it back up down the left-hand side. Fish trying to keep the ball in play, which he looks to have done so. Cuts now in towards his right foot. Plays it back in towards Wilson. Fish tries to play across there, and it's cleared away by Chelmsford City. And they kept it in play. Goes out for a throw for Chelmsford on the far side as the home faithful decide to depart, Grits, and I don't think we're going to have much more added time, but at the moment it looks like it's going to be a good afternoon for the girls.
Yeah, they've really controlled the pace of the game as well in the second half, and it's not just the goals. It's been really pleasing to see that. It's not like an edgy end to the match that we've had recently.
Ball play back towards Tompkins. Ronan looks to play it up in towards Effiong on the edge area. He chests it down. Falls into Vida Vodasanya. Back to Effiong. Can he go and scramble it out? He can do. There's a shot there for Chelmsford. Hammond comes off his line. Ball still scrambling away. Can Chelmsford put it home? No, they can't do. It nearly fell to Tamplin. But it's Dan Hayford with a crucial block to take it away. Tamplin came in with a late challenge. It's going to be a throw for Chelmsford. But fantastic there from Torquay United defending what could have another opportunity with Chelmsford. Any contact was going to go in.
I know, that's a lot. Again, we were saying about the edgy ends to the game, but that would have created that dynamic.
Here's Barbrook, gets across in towards the middle. It's turned away by Dyer. Now with Matt Jay, he looks up and looks to move away for the goals. Out towards the left-hand side. Finds with Kieran Wilson. He looks up, he's got Sonny Fish driving forward if he wants him. Wilson now trying to just call for Jordan Young to go out towards the far side. Tamplin tries to make the interception, but it's picked up by Young. Sends it back towards Jordan Thomas, who sends it over the top. Odesanya can hook it away. And that will go out for a throw for Torquay. Going to see the additional time, Grits, and I think, knows what I know, 6 minutes are going to be added on. Forward it goes from Thomas. Brought down by Fish, and the official on the near side saying a foul by Sonny Fish on towards Barbrook. And Chelmsford find themselves having a free kick.
Paul Wharton doing the watch, pointing to his wrist and saying, "Where have you got 6 from?" And I'd be in agreement. Surprised at that.
Well, we've got obviously the 2 Torquay United goals, and there was an injury to Shegballoon, but doesn't mean in 6. But that's what Torquay United have got to play against. And I think they're going to make a final change here at Chelmsford. Which I think we'll see Josh Castiglione come on. Barbrook to take this throw for Chelmsford. Doesn't look like they've got a long throw taker, but they're going to make the substitution. It's going to be Josh Castiglione coming on for for the number 23, which is Jason Adigan. Not walking comfortably as Adigan, but that just might be from running around for 90 odd minutes or so. Barbrook though with the throw here for Chelmsford. Adesanya short, so it's Castiglione. Throws it back in towards the feet of Tamplin. First touch, hooks it up in towards the penalty area, bounces around, and Torquay United able to clear it away initially by Hayfield. Fish brings it in, looking there for Jay. It's hooks across though. It is Long King. Sets it back to Castiglione. Forward it goes, looking for Effiong. Over the head there, and Jordan Thomas can look to hook it away.
Well done, Jordan Thomas. Great challenge from him there.
And we're going to see Sonny Sharples Ahmed come on as well. He's going to come on shortly though, as Chelmsford took the throw. Ball across towards Kean Ronan. He looks up on the halfway line and sends it forward for Chelmsford. Brought down by Effiong. Lapsley beaten to it by Jay, but it's picked up by Innie Effiong. Plays out towards the right-hand side where you can find Cian Ronan. Hooks it up in towards the air, looking deep. Header from Barbrook. It looks like it took a touch of Dyer last and into the hands of James Hammond in the United goal.
Yeah, no, well done from Hammond there again. Just calmed it down, and it's like Jordan Thomas is going down, just wasting a little bit of time. I'm sure he's genuinely injured, but at the same time, he's taking his time to get back up.
Let's see the final change. Well, not final change for Torquay, but the third change of the afternoon. Jordan Young departs. Sonny Sharples Ahmed is going to come on, but how crucial was that goal from Jordan Young to really confirm the 3 points?
Yeah, it was incredible, wasn't it? Fantastic finish from him, and we know he's capable of those things, but when you see them, it's still an absolute joy to watch. So brilliant from Jordan Young. It wasn't just that, it was, his general play in the second half has been brilliant. Really controlled the pace of the game and linked up really well with Sonny Blulow, Everton, Dennis, and even Wilson when he came on.
Jordan Thomas back up onto his feet. On the drop ball, James Hammond will just take it all the way back to try and invite Innie Effiong to come forward. And he'll just pick up the ball, will James Hammond, just to buy a little bit more time. He's good at the dark arts, isn't he?
He is, and I like the way he's just, again, he's playing brilliantly, but if he gets a clean sheet today, I mean, in terms of his confidence, he plays brilliantly. His distribution's been brilliant, his kind of general demeanour and his confidence that he gives us back for it.
Here's Sonny Fish. To try and shield the ball in that corner, plays it towards Sonny Blulow Everton. Ball goes out off for Chelmsford man last. If my stats are correct, it will be James Hammond's 25th clean sheet as a Torquay United player today, if he can keep it.
Knowledge.
I'm sure it'll be very pleasing for Paul Watton. It's finished at Valley Parade. Exeter City have been beaten by Bradford City. All picked up by Sonny Blulow Everton. Plays it back towards Fulston. Fish tries to turn away. On the left-hand side, going to get the cross in towards the middle. Or is he going to stick in the corner? Well, he's going to stick in the corner, isn't he? He's going to be battling away with Tom Lapsley. As the ball gone up, player has done. It will be a throw-on for Chelmsford. Thrown back to Haig, who just launches the ball forward. Brought down by Hayfield. Jay was in the offside position as Chelmsford claimed possession of the ball. Ball launched forward there by Dyer. And straight in the hands of Chris Haig with that 5 for the 6. According to my watch, flicked forward by Tampin. I think that might be a little bit added on after the injury to Jordan Thomas, or the treatment for Thomas, but chance there for Chelmsford. It goes out for a throw for Torquay.
You'd hope that'd be it. No. The referee's looking at his watch.
Jordan Thomas. Take the first, sorry, Chris.
No, just saying they're going, just the referee looking at his watch.
Fish goes off Tamplin last, and Tamplin wants to try and get the ball going, and Joe will just launch. Well, I think he was going to try and dummy it down the right-hand side, but he's going to leave it for Jordan Thomas to go and take. Our referee just asking Torquay to hurry things up a little bit as it's sent forward by the 26. Header off the Chelmsford man last. Well, it's been given a Chelmsford way. Torquay just need to deal with it now. Forward it goes from Barbrook. Effiong tries to hook it over the top. Dyer clears the way. Brought down by Sonny Fish on the halfway line. Nutmegs Barbrook picked up there by Odesanya. Now with Sonny Blulow Everton. He can turn in towards the middle. Looking there for Sonny Sharples Ahmed. Cleared away though by Cian Ronan. Brought down as a clear handball from Tamplin in front of Paul Watton. It will be a free kick for Torquay United. And surely they'll just slow this right down now with the goals.
I think that's the last chance, the last roll of the dice for Chelmsford. Let's see this out now.
Hayfield to go and take the free kick inside the Torquay United half. They'll probably just try and send this long, looking for Sonny Fish to try and hold up the ball. Forward it goes from Dyer. Fish putting the pressure there onto Barbrook in that corner. Sorry, it's Wilson in the corner, and the linesman gives a foul against Kieran Wilson for persistent fouling there. And there will be a free kick for Chelmsford. Waiting for that final whistle still. Haig will send it forward for Chelmsford. Effiong battling away with Dyer. Ball sent in towards the middle. And the referee blows the final whistle. And I will now say it. Torquay United have gone top of the National League South. A 2-0 win away at Chelmsford. And even though a lot of the game it was Chelmsford's possession, it was that crucial moment on the hour mark. 2 great goals, which are sealed up for the girls.
Yeah, fantastic from the goals today. A brilliant effort from back to front. We know they've had a really tough week, and the heroics of last week, and then that tough game in midweek that they've managed to come back, back from. I think today's the icing on the cake, and absolutely brilliant performance from him today.
How pleased do you think Paul Watson's going to be with Kieran Wilson? Comes off the bench, tries to go and shoot twice and does that.
His influence today was brilliant, and that's the impact you want from your subs. But you can't expect goals like that from him. And what a brilliant moment for him. So yeah, a great performance.
And Jordan Young as well. I said there's Jordan Young doing Jordan Young things, and that's what he's done.
Yeah, no, we know his abilities and the quality that he has, and as I said, when he manages to reproduce it, it's still a beautiful thing to see. So delighted for him, and brilliant from the goals today.
Fantastic. It's been a fantastic week with all the issues that are off the field. In the last 3 games, Torquay United have picked up all 3 wins in that one. 9 points on the board for the Gulls. As it finishes here at the Melbourne Stadium, it's Chelmsford City 0, Torquay United 2. The Gulls are on top.
What do you love about Devon at this time of year?
I like the walks on the moor, the environment, the beach walks, the coastal walks.
I mean, it's such a beautiful place even in the winter, isn't it? Just the ambience of it.
I guess it's mainly just the shopping and like the amount of stuff to do as a family, I guess.
I love the countryside and I love the coast, which is why I live here. This is the best coastline, I think, in the country.
You can go for lots of walks. It's the scenery.
They're all nice people.
Well, what other better place in the world is there to live than here? And there you go, Dartmoor. No other place like it.
Loving Devon in the winter. This is BBC Radio Devon.
It's 5 o'clock on Saturday, the 29th of November. The sporting headlines from BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With Alan Richardson.
Top scorer Laurent Talai is sent off as Plymouth Argyle are heavily beaten at home by Northampton Town.
Free kick for Northampton and the ball comes in and it's a header and a third goal for Northampton Town. It's the substitute Willis on the centre half, ball angled into the air, the header goes in, things go from bad to worse for Argyle, who now trail by 3 goals to 0 with 10 minutes left on the clock. It is Argyle 0, Northampton 3.
Exeter City remain 1 point and 1 place above the relegation zone after they're beaten 1-0 at Bradford.
Forwards, now here's Power, just rolls the ball with his studs and swings in the cross, and there's the first goal of the game. A pinpoint delivery from the Bradford captain, Max Power. And, well, his teammate Joe Wright couldn't miss up there from the back, only 6 yards out, side foots it towards goal, past Joe Whitworth, and it's Bradford 1, Exeter 0.
Still playing at Weston, but Torquay United look set to go top of National League South as they make it 5 wins in a row at Chelmsford.
Hayfield standing over it as well. We know he can hit them as well, but you fancy Jordan Young in this position. You do fancy him! Oh, you do fancy him! It's 2-0. Jordan Young doing what Jordan Young does with those free kicks from those distances. It's Chelmsford 0, Torquay 2.
In the non-league football, Bideford win the relegation 6-pointer at Willand.
Final whistle at Silver Street. Willand Rovers 2, Bideford 3. Bideford opened the scoring in just the first minute with Scott Robinson. Gabby Rogers equalised on 7. And then Jamie Hearsay on 27, set up by Scott Rogers. He repaid the compliment after 62 minutes when Roberts was through and rounded the keeper after Hearsay's tremendous through ball.
In the PWR, the Exeter Chiefs women have to settle for another draw on the road, 26-all at Sale.
In a weird way, a draw's possibly a fair result. In the way they managed the game overall was probably better than us. I think they played the conditions. I suppose that's the benefit of this being a home game for them and us not being used to these sorts of conditions or this sort of pitch. And every team will have to come here at some point this year and try and get something from it. But just a bizarre game. It felt like we found 2 or 3 ways to win it, then we found 2 or 3 ways to lose it, and we've come away with the draw. So I'm not sure how I feel, to be honest.
And in the Premier League, there were wins today for Brentford, for Manchester City, and Sunderland, who came from 2 goals down to beat Bournemouth 3-2.
Come on. And,